Welcome to another Dark Skies 2078 pickup game. This is going to be episode 3 of series 1 of the 2078 series. It's entitled Kinesthetic Learning. Last session actually matters, so we're going to go over it a little bit in detail. The group was hired by a mysterious contact named Ares, who we'll have a description about here in a second. They met with a contact of Ares, who went by the name Johann Yevnesky, at a bar called the Dicky Twister. They were told to go and murder a woman named Michelle Shen, and by murder I mean assassinate, make sure she's dead, hired hit. They quickly rushed the location, did some surveillance. The plan wasn't the greatest of all plans, but ultimately it worked, so who gives a fuck? It ended with Siege ripping apart Michelle Chen with auto fire from a light machine gun at relatively point blank range, um, and then escaping on a Mox motorcycle, which is very clearly something that would have been ID'd by NCPD and Arasaka security details as well. In response to that, Ares has made a couple of plans and hopes to strengthen his hand planet side, in hopes of securing Militech's position in Night City. Now, Ares is new to us, but we've seen him or heard of him twice already in games, once in Run the Block and once here. But now we finally get to meet the man, the myth, the legend. Steve, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, introduction-wise, and then tell us about Ares.
For those who hasn't played with me before, I'm Steve, known DM John for quite a while now, just playing D&D games and other role-playing games, as well as pretty much just games in general. You know, we're gamer boys out here. Ares is, at first glance, your very typical Militech exec piece of shit. Like, you see the black suit with the gold and yellow trim, and you're like, this fucking guy is instantly here to ruin someone's day. Well, then what kind of gives him away as an individual is this kind of intricate blend of antique and futuristic, like essentially skull cage of a helmet that he always seems to be wearing. Kind of blurs out most of his features except for his cyber eyes, which kind of will shift between the spectrums of color depending on how a conversation may or may not be going. He's typically hacking a dart, kind of the nicer, those like black filter ones. He seems to be kind of like the finer things, glass of whiskey, nice cigarette. Usually be eating nicer food, doesn't really waste a lot of time or effort with other like more menial things. Personality wise, it's pretty obvious he's kind of a calm and collected individual, doesn't like to waste words or kind of say a lot of Night City street slang. If he says something that seems a little off, it's because it's probably some high rider lingo. He is from, I think, a lunar colony. Spent most of his child and adult life in space or the big dark, and has just come back down ground side to at the behest of Militech to take care of some things.
And we've met everybody else. I think everyone else has been in a game. I will note, just because I'm sure folks at home might be curious to know, since one individual who is listed as being here will not be kind of talking. Kimmy, unfortunately, had her internet go out shortly before game, so it's a technical issue we can't get around. So what we're going to state for the purposes of Gem, her character in the game, is she is both here and she is not here. So she can't be roleplayed with, because she's also not here. But if Kimmy does get her internet back on before the game, I've instructed her to just join up at her pleasure. And then she was here the whole time. But if she doesn't make it before the end of the session, then obviously Jem was not here. However, it was mentioned that the Mox were basically spotted out by NCPD and Arasaka security detail, in effect doing something that Militech wanted. It's well known in the street that the Mox are very hotly contested with another gang in Watson known as the Tiger Claws. And the Tiger Claws are actually sponsored and backed by Arasaka. Sometimes gangoons for the Claws will do hit jobs similar to what happened the other night with you guys. And so much the better. So it's come to Militech's attention, and also probably through Ares as prodding, that perhaps investing in the Mox in a defensive fashion would behoove not only the Mox, but also Militech's standing in their kind of the contest between these two gangs. So this early morning, Ares, you secured the entirety of the contents of the back of the massive truck a nice Russian, older kind of delivery vehicle, um, and your two teammates are prepared to transport you to that location. You've also instructed a small detail of edge runners to meet you at that location, because it's your intent that after you deliver half of the payload here, you'll be moving from Lizzie's to Boxville to secure and shore up another possibly defensive location for Militech. Reclamations is a department we discussed a lot in 2077. It was the main source of the Rhea project. And Kang Tao kind of took control of that in the aftermath due to their association and stronger association with the Anderson Nomad Pack. Melissa Chen was their contact. That contact is dead. It is Ares' hope to secure that location as another defensive point for Militech as well through soft power. So the group that you've hired, a couple of these individuals were from last night. You want some more work? We're pushing it forward. But you needed someone that wasn't as testy. Cryptid definitely was trying to record Johan, early on, and was trying to kind of get angles. And you feel like someone who's a little bit more street level on braindance recordings will be better for this specifically, since you are paying the contractor to do the job and you don't want them to have ulterior motives. So, you all meet at the bar Lizzie's. It is closed. It doesn't open until 5 p.m. However, you are granted access to the back. Siege, as you see the truck, you would see Severo, but you'd also see Ares' bodyguard, who you would know as Victra, and she appears to be the one that's driving the vehicle. And Severo goes inside and kind of starts hashing with the Mox crew on the inventory. Ares is coming out of the place, the back room, where you spoke with Zoe and basically explained you aren't buying them, you're just pushing forward their efforts here. And they start unloading the truck. It is filled to the brim with what you would know, Siege, as military armaments for kind of urban street warfare. So we're talking about SMGs, we're talking about mountable LMGs, shit that can kind of keep the place defended, but also like lead to more territorial controls. Okay, with all that out of the way, this is Ares' first interaction with a couple of you, and you already introduced your characters the night before or the time before that, but just a very short and sweet, to the point kind of description of your character. And I know Steve already knows a couple of you story-wise already, but yeah, go ahead. Starting with ladies first. Elizabeth, go ahead and tell us about Rem.
Oh, is this because you forgot me last time?
Yeah, just get it out of the way quick so I don't fuck it up again.
So Rem is a kind of. She looks like she could be Corpo, but she's not. She's very casual. She's former Corpo turned street punk. She, like many Corpos, have kept her like persona very tidy. She works out a lot she does a lot of running specifically so she can get her heart rate up super high, and she does brain dances for combat, so it feels more like energetic, I guess. But she is mixed race, kind of has like a bit of a hime cut and braids going down, very leisure wear otherwise. But yeah.
So, the reason why you've elected to hire Rem instead of bringing Cryptid back on, I kind of hinted at it, but I wanted to explain the divide in kind of like a TikTokian or YouTuberian kind of mentality. Cryptid is very much an individual who is like an activist, political streamer type who is very much trying to cause a revolution. Whereas Rem is like an influencer. Like her BDs are very much like there's combat involved. There's a lot of like high impact stuff, emotion shit, but there's no like I hate corporations kind of stuff. So you're very much kind of moving towards what your corporate mind would see as a better like arbiter of the information.
She's just business.
She's just business, which we love to see.
You got the Eddies. She's there.
So Siege, your character would know. Short description, Chad. Go ahead with that, and I'll go ahead and bring him up.
Especially considering that, like, by the time the truck rolls out, he's all armored up, but he doesn't have his helmet on because he's not really like heading into combat or quite on the job yet. He's just getting ready for work. Tall, broad fella. Kind of a square face, chiseled features, dirty blonde hair, blue eyes, and just heavily armored, bulky. You can tell he's invested in a lot of chrome. And he is, built for carnage.
Is he Dolph Lundgren from Rocky?
Yes.
Okay, you just described him. It's the first time I had a description of the face, and I was like, "This motherfucker's playing Dolph Lundgren." No, from Universal Soldier. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's a little column A, little column B.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry, cut it off there. Riff, your character needs very little introduction, but just a quick synopsis.
Yeah, Riff is definitely in his normal, like, super flashy clothes today. He's carrying his guitar like normal. He's got his hair up a little bit, considering it was a mess last time. So it's definitely probably up in a ponytail. His left arm is probably painted a little bit at this point. He's definitely been having Mamba paint it since tattoos would only work well on a metal arm. And he's got his gun on his side. He's just kind of chilling.
Awesome. And last but not least, Redtail, go ahead and tell us about... Or sorry, Tyler, tell us about Redtail.
Okay. He's a fox medic. Exotic smoke sculpt, so he looks like a fox. He's always wearing his medical jacket, carrying his bag around. He's known as a drug pusher, a little bit, but also as a really good surgeon if you need help to go to.
For sure. Okay, so you all are greeted by Ares. You're in a back alley. Girls are basically pulling material off the truck and unloading it. And each one of you kind of look into the back. And what you would see is it looks like they're pulling from one half of the truck. And it looks like towards the back there is something massive just kind of like resting in the back. And if anyone here has ever engaged with a Striga, you would recognize it as a commando warsuit in the back of the truck.
Shit.
Can I
Can I
wear
have
it?
You can't pilot it. You suck at driving shit.
Darn it. When you said suit, it was like, oh, I'll put it on.
Yeah, unfortunately, mechs work a little bit more Gundam Wing than Titanfall. You have to be like very keyed towards this. You can't just hop in and drive them around. But yeah, you would notice that in the back. Very hard to hide in the back of the vehicle. And Ares is there, presumably smoking a cigarette and talking to Severo and Victra. Are there any kind of elements that you want to engage with those two about?
Oh, yeah.
Well, more for Ares, sorry.
Okay, got you.
I guess I would just ask Severo if he's seen any like commotion about the traffic or an activity towards Boxville, like the location we're going, like on the roadways, any concerns? Or is it going to be, are we looking at smooth sailing?
So for Redtail and for Riff, this is the guy from last night. He said his name was Johan Yevnesky. It does look like his hair is done slightly differently, and his he doesn't have makeup and kind of he's not as fancified as he was yesterday. But when he speaks, it's not with the weird accent. Instead, he says, "No, it doesn't look like there are going to be any issues, sir. It should be a clean, easy ride. And we also have, at your permission, Militech response teams engaged while we're in the city."
Very good. Of course.
And Victor will kind of like hop into the front seat or the driver's seat, getting ready to move the vehicle. It's expected that once all the boxes are unloaded, Siege, you're going to be in the back of the vehicle. And the front cabin only seats 2. So you are either going to be inside of the back with the supplies, or if you prefer, you can hang off the side of the vehicle. It is lightly misty, like kind of rainy out, but it does look like there's going to be like a nice kind of gap in the rain for an hour or two. So, Rem, are you in the box or are you on the outside of the truck? Back? Okay. Redtail, same?
Sorry, in the box. Sorry.
Yeah.
You're in the box, I'll hang on the side.
Hanging on the side? Okay. Riff?
Definitely on the outside.
Okay.
Party.
And
The
then
guys on the outside, Ares will
We
just
run
look
on
for them. Keep your iron in like away until we're outside of the city limits. I'll give you like a signal once we're kind of in the outskirts and we're out of like Militech jurisdiction. Then you feel free to brandish it. Then yeah, just to kind of keep any scav gangs off our ass while we're in the Badlands. But while we're going to the city, just be cool.
The truck also, as you kind of get into it, you notice that the box has the Militech logo on the side. It is very much clear to anyone who has eyes at this point that Ares is an affiliate of Militech, not a fixer, and is doing jobs for Militech. So that means that you are now doing jobs for Militech. Does that rub you the wrong way, Riff?
I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
Yes, my boy, you will be paid.
Everyone gets paid. Okay, and then Redtail, no issues, right? Militech is in the corporation that's fucked with you recently.
Not personally, no.
Yeah.
Recently.
Very good, very good.
You're not going to trust them ever, obviously.
For sure. You can't trust a corpo. But, unless you can. But you all box up or stay on the outside, and the truck takes off, and you head southbound towards Boxville. It is explained to
I'm
you...
sorry, where's Siege sitting?
You're in the box. You don't have a choice. And Ares explains it to you because you're wearing this and you look like this, and shows you the scream sheet on his data pad.
Yeah,
you say in the box.
Yeah.
You're a
I
little
mean, is
hot.
there a way
You're
for
a
me
little...
to shoot out from the box?
No, unless the box is opened.
Okay. Ares will let you know, Siege, once we're outside of city limits, because you're a little hot right now from last night.
That's fine.
We'll let you out of the box. You can strap yourself to the roof with your LMG and look like an absolute badass. Don't worry. We got to get out of the city first.
Yep.
So when you get out of the city, you're effectively pulling up like right on, I think this is 67, and you're kind of taking a right turn, preparing to go up the Red Peaks towards the Laguna Reservoir and the kind of junkyard therein. It's at this point you feel it's best to kind of like play the Chinese fire drill, I guess. I don't know if that's an insensitive way of saying it, but basically musical chairs. Everybody kind of goes to where they need to go. Riff and Redtail, the ride is great. I would say it's a little bit better for Redtail just based on whatever dogs are doing when they're like hanging their heads out the window. Again, I don't know why that happens, but I just have to presume that there's a reason, and you're feeling it, my guy. It's definitely all there for you. You pop Siege out, put him on the roof of the vehicle. Do Redtail or Riff want to jump in the box at this point, or do you should remain on the exterior?
Stay on the outside.
Okay.
Yeah, stay on the outside.
Then you head on up with a Siege mounted to the roof of the cabin, LMG bipoded out, ready to go, and Rem in the back. Rem, there's still boxes in here, and the war suit. Do you do anything while you're back there effectively alone? Unless Kimmy was here the whole time, then I guess you had a friend, but that hasn't been determined yet. So,
I think at most you just kind of like look at the boxes, see if they say anything.
Militech branded.
Normal like curiosity, not like with judgment or anything. Just kind of like, oh, what are we delivering?
Sure. Militech branded. It looks like you have boxes of munitions. You have boxes of like small arms, which would be like the Saratoga SMG. But what you're able to kind of just detect is that this doesn't appear to be like new stock. It's not like they're giving them new guns. It seems like this is like excess from decades ago.
Like written off stuff.
Yeah, that they're just passing off to.
Tax write-off.
Correct.
Yeah.
The war suit, on the other hand, reminds you of, like, I don't know if you keep up with the news. Your character keeps up with the news?
Oh yeah, she would have already been like judging both Riff and Siege a little bit like,
These fucking assholes.
These fucking guys.
The back wall, the thing that's on the back it's a similar thing to what was reported on like 2 months ago in October. Actually 3 months ago in October, that did something in the Glen district. Said it was responsible for some killings. Definitely strange that it's here, although it does appear to be like a Militech mech suit, so it could just be another one or similar. It being painted all black is kind of the thing that's not normal.
Yeah.
Okay. You arrive at the gates to Boxville. You are met by two individuals, one that comes to the driver's side and one comes to the passenger side. They are wielding Kang Tao Dians, which are the smart SMGs. Ares, do me a favor and make a weaponsmith tech roll. It's under tech.
Weapons tech.
Yeah, that's the one.
I got a 14.
So you're not terribly knowledgeable in like gun makeup, but you kind of spot this one because it's something that's come up a couple of times in discussions. Smart guns are typically fired by a smart link that's connected in a subdermal palm or subdermal grip, and then are kind of able to be activated smart fire-wise. These guns appear to be smart guns, but it looks as though the smart scope and the attachments for connecting to a user have been removed and they've been replaced with a power rebuild. So it looks like these were kind of custom done by someone who's very good. Like they almost look like they're, market, like Kang Tao marketable shit. But it's not something they normally sell. But they look like they're smart guns that have been, or the smart gun shit has been removed and they've been replaced with a power rebuild. Guy at the driver's side taps on the window. Victra rolls it down. We're here to see Jumbo, she says. He looks at you all and then kind of says through the cabin, "You Ares?"
Yes, Mr. Anderson is expecting me.
"You're a bold motherfucker. Jumbo told me to tell you that. Head on that way. You'll get signaling kind of heading you to where you need to meet up with the boss." And chug, 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 the vehicle moves. You eventually pull up to what, Siege, as you're coming around to it, you're like, fuck. You realize it's an ambush point, and you're very clearly being directed right into it. Pause for a second here. Now, it doesn't look like they are ambushing you. It definitely looks like they are planning on going for the meat, but from what you can tell, they have defensible positions, higher ground, and it looks like they have mounted weapons. Like they're ready to fight if a fight happens. You pull up.
They should, kings.
You pull up on the north side here, and you're basically stopped and allowed to get out if you wish to. We'll just say that that's there. As you like.
Two things.
Yeah.
One, he's just gonna stay where he's at. He's still, he's got his hands on his gun, but he's not like looking like he's drawing a bead on anybody. Just if shit gets hot, he can spring into action.
Are you staying on top of the truck, or are you getting down and getting near the group?
I'm staying on top of the truck.
Okay.
Basically, so I can just like cover people.
Sure.
And then I would like my points to be 3 points in the +1 to hit and 1 point in the +1 damage.
Okay. Anybody else have any setup, or do you wish to hold back, or?
And I'm gonna get ready to get out of the truck and then gesture for Victor to come with me.
Yep, since Siege isn't dropping it. That's what I figured.
She'll throw the pack over her shoulder as we gonna get out.
Rem, the door opens. Severo was actually in there the whole time, but he wasn't watching you. You got to do the things you wanted to do. It's fine. I forgot, so it's all good. Yeah, you two would get out of the back.
She wasn't like rifling through shit,
Sure.
it was just more of like, she could have even just like asked him.
Yeah.
Like, what's the shit in the box?
Guns,
Whatever.
he would say.
Yeah.
Pointedly.
And then, so when the door opens, she'll get out and follow them since she's there for protection and he wants things filmed.
And Riff and Redtail, I assume you pop off and kind of move over to the boss.
Yeah.
This is the gig? Okay. Up ahead of you, kind of standing, like, by himself, just hanging, is a man in a suit that does not belong here. It is way outside of the pay grades of everyone but Ares. And you're looking at it kind of going, as this appears to be high fashion attire of a neo-militaristic kind of styling that this gentleman is wearing. He has a cowboy hat. It looks like it's pretty battered and beaten, but well cleaned. And he is smoking a vape. As you kind of look to him, he takes a hit off the Benjamin and will kind of look at you with like a nod as you approach.
Is that Mooney's hat?
It is.
Seeing,
Go ahead.
So seeing him kind of vape all spark up a smoke and take a drag, kind of in a very kind of welcoming arm gesture. Mr. Anderson, I presume.
He will, in response, and he says, "Folks call me Jumbo around here. That'll probably work. You got some balls on you. Murdered my contact with Kang Tao and are showing up to replace her?
A good dresser and intelligent. I like that in an ally.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. So, what do you got as offerings? Nice big truck.
Do I have something a lot nicer than those Kang Tao pea shooters that your guards gestured us in with?
Yeah, they gave us some small arms, but not much.
Yes, the word is you want to make sure that your territory is safe from the riffraff. Order, Mr.
Yeah.
Anderson. I like it, and that is something I can provide.
Well, we've definitely been having issues with the scavs. Absolutely.
Would you come? Would you like to come take a gander at
He starts walking.
what I've brought in my truck full of gifts?
He says, "Ain't no harm in a look." And you take him around back to the back end of the truck. You can see that the gonks that he has with him are kind of moving at the same time, kind of rotating around the back end of the truck. What were you about to say, though?
was gonna say, as we're kind of working, I kind of snap my finger, and Victra will kind of swing the pack over her and pull out a bottle of, what did I buy? Dickens, and a couple tumblers.
Oh shit!
I'll take one and I'll hand him one. Let's get comfortable, my friend.
Inside of the pack with the glasses, there are two plastic cubes that are frozen, and they're settled in the glass. She pours them kind of like one-handedly, very smoothly, balancing one of the glasses on her wrist, and will hand one over to you, hand one over to him. And the two of you kind of start walking towards the back. He takes a gander. Holy shit. It's like he looks through it all, and then there's a holy shit. Kind of adjusts his glasses. Well, the balls match the wallet. Only got one issue. Been sitting here drinking and smoking with you for a little bit, looking at what you're bringing as offerings. And I won't lie, I like the cut of your jib. One issue, though. I don't typically like dealing with masked men who I'm supposed to be trusting.
Well, that brings us to an impasse, Mr. Jumbo, because I do not trust you completely either, and until I have deemed otherwise, the mask stays on.
I like your candor. We can play ball for a little bit. If it starts to get good on my side and I'm serious, we'll have this conversation again. I'll take your stuff. Since you're unwilling to part with your mug, I suppose the best thing I could probably get otherwise is maybe you deal with the problem for me. Got a group of scabs. They're kind of a ragtag bunch that stuck around after Mooney pushed all them refugees out of down below. They some of them are part of Maelstrom gang up in Watson, but they're the kind of psycho types, painting all sorts of weird shit all over the walls and all over the junk. Some folks around here say they're trying to summon some sort of demon or something. Not really my none of my group are really keen on going and dealing with them, due to the fact that they got a pretty powerful netrunner in their midst.
Aries will flick the butt of the cigarette. It's kind of dirt sniffers. You want them gone. You don't want to lose any blood over it.
That's right.
My crew can take care of that for you. And I think we can sweeten it up. You can see the hardware in action. Give me your best pilot. He can test ride the hardware. 2 birds, 1 stone.
You're a businessman through and through. Regular door to door. All right. Keep getting good. He kind of discards the cartridge on his vape and puts it in his pocket. And then he says,
"How's his glass looking? Is it getting a little low?"
Yeah, and she'll kind of walk over and basically hit the refill at your kind of,
Yep. As soon as make sure this man is taken care
of. You would see him kind of look around and then kind of like gesture over to somebody. This young scout kind of walks over and he says, "Zamboni, go ahead and get in that thing. You should be able to pilot it, right?" "Yeah, shouldn't be a problem, boss." And he kind of wanders into the back. You hear it kind of power up and then kind of slowly slide out. One foot steps out of the back in this massive warsuit, which is Commando, is the type of warsuit we're talking about. Bear with me here. I did not have a prepped image, but I will try to get one relatively quick. Posted in the thread. There we go. And then for folks watching at home, this is what this thing looks like. It is a battle mech. Pilot goes in the top half. It has two small arms, like 5.72 millimeter Gatling guns in the wrists, and then it wields a grenade launcher. That gun that you see there is not a shotgun or it is a full-on grenade launcher that fires automatically. It steps out of the back of the fucking truck. He says, "All right, well, he'll take your commands for now. All right, Zamboni?" The suit kind of like waddles around. The grip kind of starts moving. Yeah, should be good. And you'd hear it kind of blast out of the like speakers on the side of the vehicle. If you head down about half a mile, 3/4 of a mile that way, kind of gestures kind of southbound. Be cautious. Probably won't be able to get to your truck through to there, but there's a liquefying station out that way. They've held up over there. It's their little haunt. And from what folks are saying is they're melting the flesh off people and pulling the cyberware out of the vat. So just be mindful, it's probably going to smell like shit.
That's what we bring the rebreathers. Out of character, I wasn't planning on fighting with you guys, but since we don't have Gem, I guess I can help.
Yeah, no problem. Again, you can take a farther back position. If you want to reach into the back of the truck and pull any weapon you want, as long as the word Militech is in front of it, that can include like a Militech Cowboy, which is a grenade launcher. Like if there's any gear you want to just pull off the back of the truck, right now you kind of have free reign on what's available to you.
I'm only really proficient with handguns, so I might as well use the tech gun I have.
Perfect. Yeah, doesn't get much better than that. Okay, I'm gonna move us to another map here.
I will say that John has created a custom solo ability that is called Bodyguard.
Are you activating it when you move on?
I mean, when we're moving into the scab area.
Okay, so that is a perfect note. So there are two special abilities that I've added to combat awareness. You can switch your points around in combat awareness to kind of do different things. One that Chad is mentioning, if you put 4 points into Bodyguard, it means that as long as it is active and you have those points in there and you don't switch it, you can take the hit for someone within 2 meters of you. You cannot evade that attack, though. You have to take the shot. So, yeah, it's pretty solid. Okay.
Can I extend that, like if any of the crew, if they want to switch out any of their weapons, they're more than welcome to borrow anything in the truck as long as it's returned, since it's...
Borrow.
Okay, I'll take one of those Militech Cowboys.
Alright. You should be able to drag and drop it onto your sheet. No issue. Riff, you got the pistol, you got the heater, you don't need anything special, right?
No, I'm good.
Redtail?
I don't think we have the compendium.
Oh, right. There's too many people in this fucking game. JK.
So yeah, I mean, it's
not enough.
I guess the Militech Cowboy and enough grenades to keep it full.
Yeah.
Take
I'm
some hand
good.
grenades if there's any in there.
Yeah, if you want to take a couple grenades, that's fine. Can't really give those back, but
I'm borrowing them. I'll give you the debris back. Here you go. Here's a pin.
all right. Anybody else have anything they want to grab? Nope. Okay.
Beautiful.
So I'm going to zoom out
I
a
was
bit.
going to say, on our walk towards us, Ares and would kind of walk beside Rem. Just appreciate your professionalism and discretion today.
Of course, it's a job. You're
No.
paying, right?
Of course, and woman in your position, obviously, I probably don't need to tell you this, but no copies, of course, of the brain dance.
You said you wanted recordings. What I record is yours.
Wonderful. I know zeroing scavs probably isn't your normal line of work, mine either, but shouldn't be too hard a job with the command. Taking point.
We'll be fine.
So, bear with me here. The location up ahead, I believe I have a handout here. Hold on. For fuck's sake. Here we go. So the location in question, you're coming down a hill. If you're familiar with Boxville, Boxville's kind of up on a mountain. A super trawler, basically a massive, like, hugely engined machine, is crashed into the mountainside, and Boxville is powered by that. They have taken and commandeered the power source and utilized it to power Boxville. Same thing that happened in Dogtown. One of these trawlers kind of crashed into the stadium. Similarly, they have like a network of wirings throughout the space. But some of the locations are not on the grid of Boxville, so to speak. They are locations that were present here that deal with trash removal and compacting trash and making sure that the junkyard space doesn't overpopulate with junk, which it has. It has definitely already done that. It's very hard to keep employees when they keep on getting shot by Rap and Shiv. So this location was something that was installed back in like the 40s, and they basically created a vat of boiling acid, which they can dump materials that are basically to be harmed by that. And it also allows them to get rid of biological and other kind of materials from things that can be repurposed. It definitely smells bad this way. It smells like a combination of rotten eggs and like decaying flesh. I don't know why just saying that made me want to use the restroom. I do apologize. I have to use the restroom. I will be right back. I apologize. One moment.
Strategize in the meantime.
Yeah, you all
He
strategize.
turned his own stomach.
Looking at the situation, it is going to be a downhill view of this. You're going to kind of see stuff from a distance. If you want to play the long game, we can. But yeah, just discuss.
Man, this might have done a good job of that sniper lady.
So I'm not really sure
Yeah.
how this is going to work as far as initiative goes, but I'd like to
I'm
keep,
going back to the truck for a sniper. I'll be back.
if it's possible, I'd like to keep it so Siege and Ares are basically going after each other on the initiative, so I can run the bodyguard ability and basically we can just move together.
I have my NPC bodyguard. Her backpack is also a deployable shield, so she'll have that out, and
You have
then
an D-body.
yeah. I have a, pardon?
Is it one of those shields that has the hole in the middle so he can stick his gun through?
Yeah, so it's a riot. Essentially, it's a riot shield, and she also uses like a very
Oh.
heavy pistol. So she'll have the shield on one arm, and then her pistol. Now, I essentially just use her as cover.
Nice.
I got you. Yeah, I'll have to check with John because if she's also a solo and she's using the bodyguard ability, I might switch up. my ability.
She's an NPC. She counts as what's called like a team member.
I got you.
Elizabeth would know.
Yeah.
That
That was basically Tove.
Send the mech in first.
Oh, but yeah, that's the idea. Is that we're gonna send the mech in. He's gonna just fire grenades, cause chaos, and then we'll come in behind.
Yeah.
There's
I
a-
can.
There's a
So if,
giant looking red thing in the back there. That looks like explosive.
Ares will. We were warned about the Netrunner, and Ares will let you guys know there will be a bonus for whoever zeroes the Netrunner.
Okay.
I mean, I'm good to hand to hand, so
Soldier.
if people
donk.
can like focus on the like long shots, the melee or not the range shots, I can do some melee. I do have a gun, but better with the claws. She got them rippers.
Nice.
I'll try to use the tech pistol, and if I can't make it work, that backpack is also full of grenades. So we're hucking various grenades of various varieties.
Yeah, I might.
I've got 6 frags, 6 EMPs, and 6 smokes now.
I got a
Okay.
cool one I want to try. It's called an arachnid grenade.
I see
Might
you
read it.
frowning, Elizabeth.
What?
I was
We
just saying.
mentioned grenades, and you frowned instantly.
I didn't frown. I just kind of curled up my lip. I'm also tired, so. Rem's got nothing against grenades yet.
Yeah.
If you like to get in melee, we can maybe combo it. I can throw an arachnid grenade, and it's like essentially it's like a web grenade. It like it stops them from moving at all.
Yeah, that would be
Set
rad.
someone up. Lady Death Strike on them.
Go in, fuck them up. Rip out their throats. Put that as your like screensaver.
I wonder if I could jump up on these pipes.
I think.
Does Red Tail just... You're all pharmaceuticals, right? Because you're a drug dealer? Or like a drug pusher?
I'm 2 pharmaceutical, 2 surgery, and 1 cryo. I'm all around here.
Do you have speed heal?
Yeah, I guess we do.
Nice.
I think that runner.
Speed heal and stim were my favorite drugs.
Good shit.
Yeah, I've talked with John. I usually trade mine for others. Like, oh, I can make these 2. Yeah, I'll give you this if you give me 5 of those. Okay, now.
Stim is great because it's like, oh, your leg's blown off. You take a
Oh,
penalty.
your fucking legs
Mike?
gone. I'm sorry, bro. I'll fix you
Let's
later.
not talk about losing legs. That's what happened to me last time.
Yeah, that was like.
We're having this discussion. Rem's like rubbing her leg, like.
Yeah.
Mm.
First damage Mooney ever took cost him a leg.
Well, I got mine
that's
back.
where it
They just
all
glued it back
started.
on.
He went from being all meat to a borderline cyber psycho.
Borderline, you were seeing visions and shit. You were a psycho.
Hilarious.
I'm still confused what happened during that mission. I was tuned in. You were trying to kill someone with your mantis blades. I come back and you're on the other side of the room and the guy's still alive. I'm like, what happened here?
Which game?
The one where you died.
Oh, the one where everybody died.
Yeah, that sniper was above you, and you wanted to kill him, and then next I know you're down over here. I'm like, where the fuck? You didn't kill the guy.
Yeah, he was kind of
or something.
as partners, trying to help people because everybody got separated and was getting the shit kicked out of them.
All right.
It happens. But not today. Today we win.
That was so sad though. You can save one. Pick. Like,
Yeah.
Oh god. There's 4 of you up there.
The young one.
The young one. Nobody's like, what
The
about
young
me?
handsome one.
Auto fire is incredible.
He's got so much to live for.
You just gotta get close enough so you don't miss. Just, hey, how you doing? Oh, I still got that data tablet. I need to go get. I need a net runner.
Not me.
I am back.
I don't have one.
Look
Sorry
back.
about that.
And now Steve's gone.
Oh my god. Well, good.
Bad time.
Good on him to get a break. Did you discuss tactics though?
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
at all. His Ares says his little bodyguard, his little I guess his helper, assistant, whatever. He says she has a shield and
Team
uses a
member.
pistol. So Chad was wondering if he should go bodyguard or just switch to spec back to something else.
That's your call.
Well, I mean, yeah, I didn't realize that Steve's NPC friend was a bodyguard.
Yep.
I don't know if they're like technically a solo and they have that ability.
No, they're just an NPC. It's called bodyguard. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, if they're gonna take over that role, he's probably better served. Then I'm gonna probably take point with my light machine gun, +1 to hit, +1 damage.
Okay.
You could lay like right here on the ground and just go prone, homie. Just bipod out, waiting for them to come around this corner.
Yeah, I'm not sure how tall this barrier is. I might set up
It
here.
looks pretty tall.
So I want to make sure that there's something very, very clear, and it's probably something that was discussed while you were doing the planning. But as you can see, there is a very explosive-looking red tank kind of in the center there. The acidic material is technically flammable/explosive, and a lot of the pipes here still seem to be in working order, moving to power the facilities for the location here. It would probably be under advisement not to use grenades, but again, that's never stopped people before. But I would make sure that it is very clear, it is very obvious that grenades may be a problem in this location.
We got the mech coming. We can just all back him and let him blow him up with the grenade launcher.
Well, if you want to blow up the site, yeah, that would be fine. If that's what you want to do, I mean, that would make the game relatively shorter than I anticipated.
That'd probably be a problem. I don't think Box Tower like, hey, we wanted that facility.
Right.
Brent, you could go to Golden Corral for even longer.
Rack up a couple more mac and cheeses.
Yeah, add 2 more plates.
Siege would point that out to the guy in the mech. Make sure he's aware of that.
Okay. Now, as you approach, again, the mech is... Hold on, I'll just go ahead and put it on there. The mech is, I'm assuming, approaching first, right?
Yeah, Siege is going to be as close behind it as he can to basically be like fire support. I mean, it's like, you know, all the heavy firepower right up front.
Okay. So, I would like for everyone, as we kind of get ready to fight, if you're going in blasting, then we'll do it that way. Go ahead and roll initiative, and we'll kind of like lay it out that way. Now, the commando does have the kind of small arms. Again, for mechs, it's a little different. So basically, it's shooting assault rifle bullets out of its Gatling gun. But for a mech, those are small arms. It'll be going on 10. And the scavs on a 9. Okay. Everybody on there?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Okay.
I can't select my token for some reason. I gotta reload.
Okay.
There it is. I hate when this fucking toolbar just closes itself.
I moved you up so you should be able to get a little bit more of a grip on it. Sometimes board edge conflicts. Good.
I'm sorry, where can we deploy from the board edge?
So you can be anywhere on the northern board edge, obviously not inside the buildings that are kind of structured there.
Okay, I just saw that Foxton moved up.
No, I moved Foxen up so Foxen can grab on the token.
Oh, I got you. I see.
We'll go ahead and 14's fine, that's fine.
First, hell yeah.
Okay, so Redtail, the situation is as follows. I just want to make sure you folks understand what's happening. You are approaching. They are not aware of your presence as of yet. However, they are going to be aware of the mech. You moved away from your bodyguard, so I just want to make sure that we go ahead and situate that to fix that problem. There you go, Steve.
Yeah.
Bodyguard. It's good to have one. So, like I was saying, Redtail, if you are near the mech, you're probably being seen. If you want to start somewhere away from the mech, there's a chance you can enter the board in hidden or stealth mode.
Yeah, please let.
I'd be like back here in the darkness or behind the building.
Yeah, kind of moving up along the edge of the building instead of kind of like out in the open.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can go ahead and move and act at your pleasure. They all look like they're kind of like laser focused on them, and it looks like they have A smattering of different firearms. Ares, you remember there being kind of a Militech convoy that was stolen by the Maelstrom back in the summer or before the summer. And it looks like they have Militech Ajaxes, which are kind of assault rifles, pretty standard, but it does look like they're newer models of the Ajax. So you're pretty sure that these people might have benefited from said convoy.
It's good. Now this purge is very justified.
They're thieves also? All right, well. Redtail, you want to move up? Take your turn.
I don't want to move up.
Okay.
How tall is this building right here?
So I would say at its apex, it's probably about 40 feet high, this building.
I try to climb on the back of it. Try to climb up as far as I can.
Yeah, if you want to go up to the roof, I would say if you take the run action, you can be on the top of the roof without an issue.
All right, sweet.
And you folks would see that the
other side of the peak. Maybe on the other side of the peak, though.
Yeah. You would see that the talons kind of pop out of the feet and kind of claws come out of the fingers, and the fox and man kind of just up the side, you can hear the corrugated metal kind of being punctured by his talons as he does so, and he pops up to the top. Rep looks at her own talons and goes, and then looks at her feet.
Huh.
I need
Hadn't
claws
thought
for
of
the
that.
feet. But that's your turn, Redtail. You are situated high up. Riff, you are up next. Do you want to stay behind the mech or close to it, or do you want to move for different cover?
Yeah. I'm just gonna stay behind the mech for now.
Okay.
Don't really have much else I can do.
So I'll move it up a little bit, kind of bearish. You can go ahead and do that. And cool. Siege,
How high is this barrier?
probably about 10 feet high.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to move to. So I've got four squares of movement because my movement is impeded by my armor.
Yep.
Move about here. Let's see here. 8 squares looks good. But that's, let me see, 16 meters. Perfect. I'm going to auto fire on her,
Okay.
and then I'm going to use the other 2 squares of movement to move there.
Back into cover. Got it.
So first things first.
So as this mech is kind of dropping down the hill, a couple shadows can be seen behind it. From the view of the scavs, they kind of turn and look, just as a heavily armored individual with the LMG kind of pops out of the side, rushes forward as quick as he can, drops down squats, shoots into this lady. Absolutely, you beat it by 2, it looks like?
Yep.
Absolutely just defeating her armor all over the place. But she doesn't look like she's dropped, just heavily wounded. Or decently wounded, not or heavily. And then you back into the cover. Go ahead and shift around.
Mm-hmm. So I'm in that square, kind of on top of the wall, but I'm on that side of the wall.
Yeah, you're on the left side. What I would say for you is you're a solo, you're combat aware. So what you'd be aware is that she was wearing Kevlar. When you smashed into her, it looks like she kind of took a couple of shots to the chest that didn't look like they went through, and then a couple of shots that got through in the auto fire spread. Okay, siege done. Ares up. You're able to kind of move onto the board into that cover position. The cover there is about 6 feet high. These look like they're more kind of barricades that would be put. The barricade that siege is behind is more like a riot barricade, and the barricade that you're behind is more like a traffic barricade.
Okay, so waist high wall kind
Well,
of.
it's a little closer to chest high wall.
Chest high wall, perfect. I don't have to kneel in the dirt too much.
Yeah.
And I assume, does my NPC take the same initiative as me?
Your NPCs will happen after you.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll forgo my movement since I'm not gonna leave my cover. And that means I can put the Omaha into its tech mode, right? By sacrifice movement.
Yep.
All right.
And you can fire through light cover, which means that this is a perfectly viable shot. You could also fire here, through your cover,
Um,
or up into his cover.
Geez, I can't remember. I don't know like what the optimal range for a pistol is.
It's relatively close. It's similar to the auto fire that was just thrown.
Okay.
That sweet spot's going to be closer to 7 to 12 to 13 to 25 for you.
Okay. Let's focus fire then.
Okay.
With Siege.
Take
a shot at that lady.
Now, the Omaha is special in the realm of tech weaponry. Normally, it changes your rate of fire to 1 when you switch to a charge shot, but the Omaha say, I don't give a fuck. So you can actually fire 2 times. Rate of fire is still 2, but you expend 3 rounds per shot, so you'll be expending a total of 6 ammunition for this shooting bout, which means you'll only have 3 capacity left if that's what you're doing. Okay. All of these shots kind of pierce through and kind of shoot into her direction. She is just out in the 3rd bar of range, it looks like. So these will all miss. You do have a rocker, however. The second one, if you spend 2 points of luck, will hit. Keep in mind your luck does not refresh after every session. It refreshes after series.
Sure, we'll do that.
Okay. Then 8 damage. And that looks like it will treat her armor as halved due to the wording on that. So then she will take half of 6 is 3, 5 damage, and a blader armor again. Okay. So her Kevlar is looking pretty messed up. You stay behind cover. Okay. Rem, you are up. It looks like the shit is hitting the fan, but before you go, I want to make sure that the 2 sidekicks go. She is going to deploy her shield, and she's going to move here to box you in. She's also maintaining cover. So basically, shield is up and active, and she's kind of locked in position. She'll also be drawing her pistol, which is a Lexington, Melotech Lexington. Your covert is not on the scene, actually. He's up the hill quite a ways, and he says, Spotter, chiming in, and everyone hears it on your holo because a holo call would have been started before the fight. And he says, there's a net runner on the red bin, and it looks as though they have a sniper, and will kind of ping this individual here. And then, so the net runner's here, and the sniper is there. Okay, Rem, you're up.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay. Not close range to anyone yet, so I would like to. There it is. 4 and then 2. I would like to go around this wall, and there's no cover here, right?
There's cover there, yeah, that's fine. That's basically the same cover that Siege is using. But you won't have cover from the sniper and the guy who's with the sniper, his spotter.
Right.
You'll have cover from the entirety of the rest of the combat, though.
If I were to be on the other side.
Like, if you move forward 2 squares and kind of, like, put yourself in this little groove here, you are completely in cover.
Okay. I'm just gonna use a run then.
Okay.
And go for the cover to try and move in towards the sniper.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to go ahead and move more paces, but if you want to hold that position and wait for the next beat, you can.
Would I...
You were starting here.
Cover, yeah.
What's your movement?
6. So this was 6.
You could be on the sniper this turn if you wanted to rush him, but if
I could.
Yeah, because
I thought I had to go around this.
No. You can hop over it.
Oh, then yeah, I would like to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just because you lost your leg that one time doesn't mean you can't jump over a little barricade. I did say it was a chest-high wall. I did not mean it as an actually chest-high wall. I know that chest-high walls could never be jumped over. No thought.
He knows the meme.
So I could get here.
You could get either on that guy, the spotter, or you could get in between both of them on this guy, who is the sniper.
Okay, I'll go ahead and get between both of them. You know what? We're going all in.
And then, do you have any perks or anything that let you make an attack at the end of a run or anything? crazy? No?
I didn't get any perks.
Okay. The warsuit will move forward 4 spaces, and when it does so, it is going to start unloading on this guy who just happens to be present, as well as the person here. It seems to be firing at that individual in kind of an aimed shot kind of way to avoid hitting the canisters. He'll go ahead and shoot. Okay, fucking that is awesome. And then on this lady, also good. So he kind of turns and kind of moves his hands out to the sides, and it looks like from your like objective perspective, Ares, you've seen footage of these things in battle tests. It looks like the person who's piloting it is not quite doing it by the book, but the flair that he kind of implements in it kind of makes you go, okay, well, at least he kind of knows what he's doing. The chain gun on the left arm goes full auto. It smashes into the guy. You just see this very large, like, scree of sparks as the corrugated wall behind him kind of creates an outline that has him and a hole around him, and the metal falls as he's flying back filled with bullets. Completely and absolutely devastated in one go.
Beautiful.
The other one,
got that on camera.
it clips her, and she does fall to the ground and is dead. But it doesn't look like it is as sound a cut. If she wasn't wounded prior, she may have survived that shot. The war suit, you hear the guy inside on the hollow go, "Holy shit, fuck yeah!"
Well done, Zamboni.
You then hear him go, "Oh shit, what the fuck? No. And you don't know what's going on, but then you hear him cut from the hollow call, and then you see the mech drop its hands, turn around, and look directly at Ares as its hands pick back up.
Oh, fuck.
Everybody realizes in this very moment that the Netrunner appears to have taken control of the battlesuit. And for you, Ares, you're the most scared of this fact. That has self-ice containment, a self-ice regenerator, and it should be pretty much impermeable by normal Netrunner tactics, which means their Netrunner has combat gear. They're able to deal with military hardware, and they have taken over your warsuit. Remembering your is an action. Redtail, you're up.
Sorry, you said remembering that is an action?
Yeah, your is an action. Do you understand what I'm gesturing to, or do I?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
Did the rest of these guys do anything?
Yeah, actually, they will take cover. So they are moving to there. They are moving to there. They are moving to there. This guy is absolutely invisible back here behind the explosive container. These two are going to try and beat up Rem. They are not going to try and shoot her point blank. It looks like they have an assault rifle and a sniper rifle, respectively. So they're just going to try and beat you up with the butts of those weapons. Go ahead and make
That's okay.
4 evasion rolls, please.
4, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
All right.
Damn, the one that had the most chance of succeeding got hit with a crit block. So as you rush forward, they kind of like see you coming, and they're like, swinging the butt of the rifle first. You kind of power slide under that first one. He then kind of brings it down as a hammer as you kind of spin up and kind of enter in between them. The other person's kind of slapping at you with like a barrel of his sniper rifle, and then after you kind of catch it and throw it aside, and he sweeps it forward trying to hit you with it, you kind of like flip up in the air like those martial arts movies and do like, or do you know?
Yeah, I have a question on that.
Yeah.
On judo, I have the counter throw.
Counter throw is an action you have to take
During the turn, my turn.
So go ahead.
Okay.
And
I just wanted to double check because I haven't done those yet.
Okay, let me check it for sure. I know it is.
It doesn't specify during. It just says once per turn, so I guess that is.
You dodge all melee attacks that were targeted at you since your last turn, which means on your turn you will be available for counter throw on someone who attacked you. Yeah.
Okay.
These are actions that you'll take on your turn, and then some of them have requirements like that. It says since your last turn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pull the Almano, grab one and throw him into the other.
Yeah. You get it. You get it.
Redtail, you are up literally on top of a building. You can see from your vantage point the
I
war
doubt an
suit.
EMP grenade will do anything to that mech, but I'll try it anyway.
You're throwing a what grenade?
An EMP.
Okay.
to make the attack those. Where's my damn page?
I believe that if you're throwing it directly at it, let's see, roll a d4.
I'm behind Butler. I don't know if that's going to
EMP
be a
doesn't
difference.
give a fuck about concrete.
One.
Unfortunately, because of that, you said you were tossing it down on him. It'll kind of bounce at that point. So I need EMP rolls for it. Bear with me.
Can I roll evasion?
For grenades, it is the case that that is possible normally, but hold on. I just need to be sure. EMP ammo.
Shitload of supplies, but I don't have any EMP protection.
I'm just trying to slow it down a little bit.
Have EMP threading and 3 self ices.
Okay. EMP ammunition. In this case, grenade. Anyone hit by your attack. So yes, you can go ahead and make an evasion roll. DD is going to be
18, that's
lower than that, so we're good. You manage to kind of back away from the wall enough as you see kind of the grenade falling from above, and you can hear it kind of detonate the discharge that happens when an EMP hits. And what you know for a fact is that the commando you're fighting against has hardened EMP defenses, which means that it didn't do shit.
okay. What direction do I move?
Redtail, you move away from the fucking fight.
Yeah, I'm gonna go whoop.
Okay. There's
Try to
plenty of
stay in
cover over
but I'll
there.
be, like on this side of the roof now.
Yeah, these kind of stacks, you kind of get cover.
Which direction do I move when I evade?
You don't move. I just mean you're inside of a 2-meter square, so you just kind of back away from the wall a bit.
I got you.
If it were like an explosion, I would say it'd be worth kind of metrically moving, but actually, yeah, you can move back. You can move back 1 space, any direction you want there. No, actually, I hate that I have to keep second guessing myself here, but no, you're very correct. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would have been the space. And based on the wording of explosives, you made the evasion roll. You can end your movement at any point that is outside of that box, so long as it's on the same plane and field. Yep. You could have gone behind the mech. You could have done whatever you wanted.
Oh, that's wild.
Yes.
Do you want to go towards the Netrunner?
Well, what I really want to do is I want to get over here and give Rem a hand.
All right, because
Oh,
Ares is probably about to give you
dodged all
conflicting
4
orders.
of those.
Actually, you know what? With that in mind, yeah, if I can move to any area outside of the explosion radius, then yeah. I'll move over.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. Okay, Redtail, you did your thing. Riff, you're up. It is now turning and facing Ares, and most of the people that are kind of in your visibility line of sight. Why was that so hard? Are dead. How would you like to go?
Yeah, let's see. Well, I don't want to move towards the massive murder mech. Like directly at it. Let's see here. You know, I seen the tank man go that way, so I'll go the opposite direction.
Okay.
Center, like.
And you want to take a shot at one of these two?
Yeah, I think they're a little farther than what I'd like with my pistol, but I'll try it anyway.
It's not too bad. 12 is pretty good. It's right on the cusp. Alright. That'll hit. I don't think you called for a headshot, so straight body shot. No worries. And your hand cannon puts a relatively decent sized impression on their chest, and you can see kind of like in between their vest and shirt, there's like a nice kind of trail of blood kind of raining down their chest now. Solid body shot. Definitely not a kill shot though. Riff done.
Yep.
Siege up.
1325.
Now
let's
this
see
guy,
here.
this part here is larger than this part here, so he's kind of tucked inside of like a cover point. Do you understand the altitudes here that we're discussing?
Yeah, I'm
For you
wondering
to get a
if,
line of sight on him, you would need to be here,
okay.
or up on this platform here.
Well, maybe let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What does cover add to the?
Cover
Like,
doesn't
how
add
does co-
shit. It just stops you from targeting specific locations unless you can get through the cover.
Oh yeah, well I can't do cold shots anyways with auto fire.
Yep.
So I'll do here, so I'm at least kind of behind a little bit of cover myself.
Okay.
Um,
Now, what you'll see when you come around the corner and kind of get a very, very narrow optic on him, is that he, as he kind of sees you come around the corner, looks at you with his bright, glowing red maelstrom, like multi-optic eyes, and he raises up what appears to be some sort of switch. And you're a commando, or you're a solo, so you would know that what he's holding in his hand is a kill switch, a dead man switch. If he lets go, it's going to activate whatever he's holding. And you can see just barely that it looks like he has a block of C6 strapped to his shoulder. So that you can only see like his face, his hand, and his arm. It kind of looks like he's sitting on a powder keg, ready to go.
that motherfucker.
And all of the multi-optic eyes are glowing like orange-red because he's currently locked into your thing using the puppet quick act.
God damn it. I guess he would like chime in on the group call and say he's got a dead man switch. So okay, to continue hacking that guy, does he have to keep using his action to like maintain it?
Each turn he'll have to deploy the quick act, yeah.
Cool. I'm going to use suppressive fire.
Okay, so he's currently not a valid target because auto fire requires you to have a shot on them. The only shot you can take on this one would be auto fire, or it would be aim shot. Sorry, apologies, misspoke. Because you can only see a very narrow portion of him. If you wish to suppressive fire, you will first need to break through his cover, which does look like it is an explosive tanker.
Okay, fine.
Which
I'll
is
just
exactly what he wants.
I will
double-
say
Nate
that
shot his hand.
from your position, it does look like you could shoot up because the grate or the metal panel, it doesn't kind of show it very well, but it's kind of a grating, and so you can see the guy standing above you.
All right. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and auto fire him.
Okay. I would say that he is probably about. He's in the 0 to 6 range.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah.
So D22, I rolled a 19.
Just
Nope.
kind of blares through the space, kind of. Yeah, he's absolutely just panicking above you. Okay. Ares, you see that the combat is joined, and it does look like your combat mech is moving to kind of turn around, come around that cover to shoot you. So, what would you like to do as your action?
Well, I'm gonna kind of just say into the hollow call. So Ares has kind of had this stable confidence so far, but now there's ever so much a twinge of panic in his voice. He's kind of gritting through his teeth. It's like, Severo, find that dirt-eating deckhead. Siege. Zero him. And then I'm gonna kind of take a knee and use my action to kill switch the mech and just turn it off.
Click, the mech, all of the power in it kind of drops off, and it falls forward. Like if you've seen Ed 209 in RoboCop, it kind of like falls forward and is not moving. Unfortunately, we don't get the other cool RoboCop scene that I reference a shit ton in Cyberpunk, with the fucking corpo getting absolutely obliterated on a table. But, you know, you win some, you lose some. Okay, so solid turn. Do you want to move at all?
No.
Okay. Your guardian kind of, like, looks back at you and says, thanks, boss. Because it would have been her first. And she'll, like, draw the pistol out and maintain kind of a ready action to unload on the pistol if anything comes in view or in sightline for her. Severo, you hear on your line immediately, Siege, make your way up that ladder. You should be clear. The Netrunner doesn't look like they have a ranged weapon of any kind. We're going to have to take them by hand. And you then kind of get like a visual kind of pop in your holo display, Siege, and everybody else. And it shows the Netrunner images from kind of an up angle, and it looks like he has a vest that's just lined with blocks of C6, and he's holding a kill switch, and his eyes are kind of radiating red because he's still hacking. The warsuit, you hear Zamboni inside. Fuck, shit! Fuck!
Whoa!
Oh, Rem, you get to go. I did skip Elizabeth. It's an age-old tradition. We have to do it at least once each session. I did it on purpose. It was totally for real, intentional. No, it wasn't. Go ahead.
No, it wasn't. Okay, so I gotta do my cool shit. Okay, so can I do the judo move and
Yes. The judo move
rippers?
the judo move is an action, which means it'll take up your entire turn.
Okay, so it's not like I can do rippers and judo.
But it's totally worth it.
Yeah, because we're still gonna flip that fucker.
Go ahead and
We're
make
gonna
a
throw him.
judo roll. This will be from your fighting.
Yes.
And that's success. DV 15 was what you were looking for.
Yes.
If you succeed, you throw them immediately. And so I'm going to say you're throwing... Actually, you're going to say who you're throwing. Both of them throwing at you. Sniper or the...
I want to throw the sniper.
Okay.
Or I want to throw the other guy into the snipers.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Grab and turn. Yeah.
You're going to Elmono them.
Ah!
Okay.
Yeah.
So then we go to throw. John, learn to spell, you fucking idiot. Throw?
Throw.
Oh.
Throw.
Let's see where we go for a throw. It is here we go. So if you throw a person, you will deal their body stat directly to their hit points and damage. So no armor penalty. So what's your body stat?
My body is 7.
7. Okay. Now if you throw, doesn't technically say you can't throw it at another person. I'm gonna say because you beat the DV by quite a bit, and I don't want to deal with the rules here, they'll both take the damage. And you said you threw the spotter into the other one?
Yeah.
Okay. They will both end, because he'll kind of bounce off, obviously, but they'll both end prone.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then that would be it for your turn, I believe, unless you have any movement.
No, because we still gotta finish beating the shit out of these guys.
You're holding your ground. Got it. The
Oh,
warsuit inside Zamboni is screaming, like in kind of like a panicked way, and then yells, "Oh my God! They're uploading something into me!" So since I don't want the roll to be based on me, that could potentially be problematic for you. And it's not an attack that I'm making. Ares, you're the boss. Roll a d10. Okay.
I got a 4.
So, in this moment, what you will notice is that the mech, it's completely downed, but you hear a kind of loud, sudden sound come from inside of the mech. Like a large thud or boom, or like kind of like a crack of thunder from inside of the mech.
This man shoot himself. What bitch? Zamboni.
They will get up in their fight against you, which will be their movement, and then they're going to try and fisticuffs you. So they're throwing their weapons away, and trying to punch and fight you. Actually, that will be true of the gunner. The sniper is actually going to try and move away from you, which I think they'll have no problem doing. And then we'll try and, actually moving there, and try and take a shot at Riff. 2 evasion rolls from you, Rem.
Oh, sorry. 1, 2.
Jesus Christ. So he kind of like bare fisticuffs, like throwing his rifle away, and then like punches at you, and it's so slow. Like you've dodged it, and you've already kind of pirouetted to his side a little bit, and then when he kind of like snaps his other arm around to kind of like get you, he's so far away. Even though it was a pretty decent shot, you don't even have to do much effort to dodge it. Then the ones up top, this guy here is going to kind of point his assault rifle down at you, Siege, and shoot down at you. And then roll me a d10. This is just for mainly flavor purposes. Okay. So I would like for you to make an evasion roll. This will not be against the attack. This will be against what is happening next. Okay. So he kind of moves over to where you shot him from a little bit and starts unloading downwards. And as he's doing so, you can see that the damage that you dealt to the grating and the flooring, in addition to the damage he's now doing to it, causes him to fall out through the bottom of the floor, hit against like an understrung kind of like support strut, and then fly towards you. And then just as he's about to hit you, you kind of step out of the way, and he got boom thuds on the ground near you. His assault rifle goes clattering off to the side. Looks like a really nice Militech Ajax, but yeah, he is laying on the ground. He's not dead, just embarrassed, really. These two here, one of them is going to shoot at Redtail, going to try and move to get an angle. You'll still have cover for this purpose, Redtail, but they're going to jackhammer, so they're going to try and fire through the cover to get to you. It's kind of like a corrugated pipe that you're kind of standing next to. And they managed to break the cover so that this red kind of strut here is now obsolete as a cover point, and you're kind of out in the open a little bit when he kind of breaks through it with an assault rifle. And then this one is going to take a shot at Ares and Co. Similarly, kind of firing down into your bodyguard. Yeah, so as the bullets come in, you can see them all kind of scattering across the shield, and she kind of holds it up. You can see cracks in the shield, and she kind of, as the firing stops, kind of drops the shield. It's smoking, smoldering from the impacts. Her shield is broken. Just a standard shield, right? Yeah, it was just a
it's just a 10 HP riot shield or whatever, the standard shield.
And again, even if they surpass the 10, all it does is destroy the shield. Okay, so she drops it and kind of gets down low with you. Probably says something like "Stay down, sir." And then we'll move to Redtail.
What is this guy right here been doing? Like underneath me.
So he looks like he's in cover, waiting, like kind of waiting for someone to pass through the threshold. He did not take a shot at Siege for whatever reason. You saw him clock him, but he doesn't look like he made himself known to Siege. Like he's trying to kind of get one over on somebody who is less armored.
Wait for me. Be opening this one.
And then remember, rule of cool. Like if you want to do something that's not quite in the rules, I'll make up the stuff for you. Just sky's the limit.
I kind of was trying to measure. This is about 10 feet down, 20 feet down right here to these pipes.
Yeah, but I would say that based on the way that
pipes
you
and
got
down
up,
the ground.
if you wanted to power slide down the corrugated, that would be chill.
Hell yeah, I want to do that.
Okay, if you want to get in a melee with this
Over,
guy,
feet hit the ground.
I'm totally okay with that. So
Oh
you
no,
gotta...
I'm not after him.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to get down to the ground and sprint over to this cover.
Gotcha. Okay. So then I would say that it's going to take let's go with 3 of your squares of movement just to descend. And then if you would like to run, that will not count as a straight line. So your movement is what?
6.
So you'd have 12 minus 3 is 9. You could get to here, or if you wanted to, you could get to here for the cover. It doesn't look like you can make it all the way.
But if I run and use it, I can't run and use an action at the same time as an action. Okay.
Yeah, you could drop down and then kind of move up to this guy and like take him if you wanted to, and you'd be behind this cover from these assholes because they couldn't shoot down at you.
Okay, yeah, I'll go try and get that guy then.
Okay.
Without running. Can I reach him without running? I can shoot him?
Yeah, so you'd power slide down. You could do so in between the two and kind of land like right here. And then if you want to, whatever your heater is, or if you want to go for claws.
I'll go for a bite.
Okay. Yeah, then yeah, you can get right next to him. It'd be 1 space of movement, plus the 3 for dropping. So 4 total so far. 2 left on the normal move. And then go ahead with the combat job. He will roll evasion. No, he won't because he didn't know you were there. We said you were stealthing for the people who couldn't see you. So that'll hit. Yeah, that'll be a solid bite. The combat jaw ignores half because it counts as a heavy melee weapon, right? Cool.
Very heavy.
Very heavy, right. And he takes the bite. He's still standing, but less happy. Do you wish to move a little bit more, or?
That was 3, he said?
No, you got 2. Yeah. So you would see that he has an assault rifle, and as you kind of bite into him, he kind of like, and then turns towards you. You're very close. Assault rifles don't do well in point blank. Red tail done. Riff up. Oh, I forgot to shoot you. Let me go ahead and do that. I punched and tried to beat up Rem, but I never shot at you. Do you have a reef or
shot a riff?
I never shot a riff.
Not yet, you haven't.
Yeah, you said you
He was going to, then
He
forgot.
mentioned it, but he
Yeah.
didn't actually do it.
I
Riff,
didn't
do you
mention
have
it.
dex? You do. You can make an evasion roll. Go ahead and dodge it. Okay, so the bullet comes straight towards your face, and you kind of like snap in and kind of like dip to the side. It smashes into the concrete walls behind you because there's kind of like a decline from where they're at now. Solid miss. He kind of ejects the round.
Cool way. He whipped to the side. It went through his hair.
Yeah.
He ejects the round and like slams in the next one. He said his hair was tied back, actually. So
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
You're right.
Siege, you're up.
It broke the hair.
I gotta go for my
broke the
turn.
hairband.
Oh, sorry, Riff, you gotta go.
Oh, there you go.
Skipped somebody besides Olivia.
So how high up is the sniper?
I'd say like there's kind of like a gradient that kind of goes up a bit on that kind of cliff wall or kind of rock wall. So he's probably like a good. I'd say it'd add 1 more square to your movement if you were trying to get to him point blank. Range wise, it's going to be that because we don't do isosceles is 10 meters.
Okay.
That's the number.
Yeah, I'll try to shoot him. With
Bang! Glittering Overture will hit. Minus 12. He is armor down. He is seriously wounded. So he'll have a minus 2 penalty to all of his attacks moving forward. Okay. Ares, at your initiative, since you're the only one really back there paying attention to it,
Wait, wasn't it Siege's turn?
I did it to everybody.
It
Chad, go ahead, take your turn.
High five, Chad.
So, first question: where's this ladder that's up to where the net runner is?
This ladder here will get you up to this position here. And then if you're wanting to go over to the net runner, the ladder is on the back side. You can't really see it because it's in shadow, but it's on the back side of the tank.
I mean, shooting him is just like killing him is going to cause a hell of a mess.
Yeah. So remember how I fumbled the nuclear explosion with Reggie way back when, and nobody died from it? I guarantee you that will not happen here.
Yeah.
Yay.
My plan is basically like to get up there and try to secure the dead man switch.
Okay.
But first,
The guy on the ground.
I want to stomp on this guy's head.
You want to melee him, or do you want to just unload on him with the cannon?
Can I like if I mean, rule of cool, stomp on his head.
Okay, then go ahead and make a brawling attack. And what's your body?
My
12?
body, 12. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you'll be doing 46 if you hit, and you're aiming for the head, so -8 to your roll. You got a 13, and I got a roll. You have -8, so that means you have a total of 5. My evasion result was an 8, so that means you would need 4 points of luck spent on you. You have none.
I have none.
If 4 people want to, everyone else actually wants to give him 1 point of luck at this juncture, that will succeed. Otherwise, it's a failure.
So he does like 46 damage directly to him, right? If he does
4
it?
die 6, yeah.
Oh, 4d6. Okay, I said 46. I'm
I'll
like,
give
holy
him
shit.
one.
Okay.
Yeah, rule of cool, I'll give him one.
1 from
Okay.
everyone else? Okay.
Yeah.
Then you stomp his head. He is not wearing armor on his head. Go ahead and roll 4 die 6. And all of it will be doubled. So 18 to the head. And let me just double check his hit points right now. From the fall. You do not crush his head, but you definitely cause him serious injury. You have a second attack with brawling. You can go ahead and take it if you'd like. If you're still going for the head, it's a -8 to the roll, but he has a -2 to his roll now, and he only barely beat yours.
I'll just do a body shot, like a
You
kick
sure?
to the
Because
ribs.
you definitely rolled pretty well on that one. You're doing fine here. You just need to roll good.
I mean,
Finish the job.
yeah, okay. That's a 15.
Minus that would put it at a 7 or 8. I'm bad at math.
I thought -5.
-8.
Oh, -8. Okay.
Maybe go ahead again.
I have
Now,
a -2.
does this benefit from my my solo abilities?
Oh yeah, it's an attack. So you have precision, precise attack.
Yeah.
Oh, +1.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're fine.
That means the last attack would have been +1 to hit and then +2 damage.
Oh, okay. The 2 damage doesn't help kill him, but the +1. Who do you want to have their luck back? Riff would probably be the better to have it. To be completely
so
honest.
Riff can have his luck back.
Okay.
And so my brawling roll would be
This would be a
it didn't have
9,
+1.
which
That'd
means
be
that because -8 would put it down to a 8.
an 8.
So yeah. Okay, so then that will still hit because I got a 7 on my evasion roll. So
Okay,
then, don't worry about rolling damage. You step on it once and you kind of crack his skull, and you can see his eye kind of like bleeding a little bit from the first hit. You kind of lift your boot back up and then slam it down with like a full force, like whole body, gun dropping down weight on him, and you watch his head explode and splatter all over the floor beneath you.
Dang.
You then have your movement, which, I mean, I know you're a
Jesus
super
Christ.
runner, so...
I'm making my way around the back to climb
Got
up
it.
that ladder.
Rem. No,
We gonna-
Ares. I did it to Steve.
Oh wait, Aries.
Fuck
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I'm just gonna cycle back around to Ares. Hold on.
Yeah, that's smart.
There we go.
There you go.
What's happening?
It's your turn.
I skipped you like a
God, you
goober.
Yeah.
Before you skip Chad, you said I noticed something because I'm.
You noticed
feeling
something.
like-
You would notice that smoke is coming out of the personnel container on the commando. You're pretty sure that he didn't shoot himself. He pulled a grenade on himself.
Like on purpose, or like they detonated a grenade on
Oh,
him.
he's getting puppeted.
He was getting puppeted by the
Yeah.
Netrunner.
Oh, okay, well.
All
Yeah,
right,
you know,
baby,
live and let live. Okay. In that situation as it stands, okay, this Netrunner is being a piece of shit. What does a Sandevistan do again when you turn it on?
If you activate Sandevistan, it just gives you +3 to your initiative, which means that you'll be on a 15 instead of a 12. If you just have a basic standard Sandy.
Okay, so the one that Bucky used to have was like the goated Sandy.
Yeah. And Hungry has a Dynalar Sandevistan.
Damn it, he wasn't specific enough. I asked Joe what his favorite mod was when I was building it. He said the Sandy, and so I got a Sandy, but he didn't say it was a cool Sandy.
Dynalar Sandy. We'll talk about it after. You can probably get your basic upgraded for very, very limited cost.
Anyways, I wanted. All right, we gotta look over to Victra and say we gotta move. We gotta make something happen. My movement's 5, so I can move 5 squares, right?
Uh-huh. And yeah, the partition you can hop over, no extra movement.
What's the range of a grenade throw?
Grenade throw can be 6 to 12 meters, I believe. And I think it's augmented by your body. In between 6 and 12.
I have a body of 5, so probably just 6.
Okay. So you could throw a grenade here if that's what you're wondering.
No. Oh, what's the radius?
Very big.
Give me
Yeah, it's like 2 off of the center square.
I'm trying to. I just want to. So I'm not throwing an explosive grenade. I'm flavoring this as it's something I brought from space.
Yeah.
A goop ball, but mechanically it's an rocket grenade. But I'm flavoring it as a goop ball.
You're trying to catch who?
I'm trying to get this net runner covered in goo so he can't like.
If you'd like to throw it, it's going to be a hard difficulty here because you're throwing it beyond what would be considered basic. You're throwing it a total of 20 meters. Go ahead and make an athletics roll. Okay.
14.
So I've set the DV. The DV is 15, so you need 2 points of luck for this to work.
All right, I used 3 so far because I used 2 for my gun,
Just
1
track
for
it.
siege.
Yeah, just track it on your sheet. Just lower it down each time because it has a maximum
I'll
and a
give
minimum.
him 1.
I just need 1 or do I need 2?
You need 2 total to be able to succeed. So she spent 1
Okay,
for you.
look, I'll use 1.
So that'll put you down. You spent 3 already. You should have 1 remaining. Or 2
I have
remaining.
6. I have 6 in luck, so I have 2 remaining. Yep.
Math is hard sometimes. Okay, so go ahead and tell me what the name of that grenade is again.
An arachnid grenade.
Yeah. So have you seen Final Fantasy Spirits Within or whatever the fucking movie was called?
Final Fantasy movie that didn't have anything to do with Final Fantasy.
Let's not talk about that. Just if you've seen the movie, okay? Jeez.
A long time ago.
You know when like they kind of like fall from space and they like shoot the gel and it creates like that weird little bubble that they fall into and it doesn't hurt them? I imagine that when this detonates, instead of being, because you're saying you're bringing it from Mars, this is definitely not going to be a standard arachnid. It kind of pops out this burst of gel that kind of self-contains in that spot.
That's pretty much what the goop ball is used for, like mechanic or like lore-wise.
They do not have evasion sufficient enough to be able to stop it, so it will capture them, and they can attempt to brawl out of it. But what you'll notice is, as it happens, you kind of like are waiting for like the next shoe to drop because you're not sure whether or not the kill switch would have popped or not, and you hear Severo on the thing go, "Looks like it's holding his hand. You've got a very limited time. Move, move, move." So when you gooped it, it caught his hand, so he can't let go.
Then on the holocall, the only person I've seen that actually has like sufficient melee weapons is Rem, right?
Yeah, Rem looks like she's a badass in hand to hand. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna just see like, Rem, get me that hand.
And you kind of get the memo, and you would know that the Netrunner basically is being pinged here by Severo, and you would know.
And
that
I know that I can climb up
because you saw Redtail do it. You won't be as good at it because he has the Talon feat, but yeah, you will be able to get over if you try for it.
So I can climb up this shit.
Yeah. You'll just need to make an athletics roll, and that's Redtail didn't have to. Basically, think of like climb speed versus not climb speed.
Right. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go.
DV is super low on the athletics. It's kind of like a network of pipes and shit. So you're like not just slamming your claws in, you're also kind of like grabbing onto pipes, pulling yourself up parkour style, like you're Mirror's Edge girl, and you're flying over
16.
spaces. Definitely, yeah. So you kind of move away from this asshole and just boom, boom, bam. As you kind of land into it, it's kind of goopy, but it's kind of descending down, and you kind of reach in. And if you want to use your action to secure the dead man switch, you can. You're pretty sure that cutting the hand off would get rid of the dead man switch. However, a hand being cut off can cause spasms, so you're probably going to wrestle
she'll
it.
secure the switch.
Okay, go ahead and make a brawling roll or a judo roll if you prefer.
Let me go back to fighting. They are even Stevens, so we'll just go with brawling. Fuck, are you kidding me?
Okay, so
I should have
I'm gonna roll my attempt to resist you. I have a -2 penalty to it. and that's funny. I rolled the exact same number, 13, which means that you fail unless you spend a luck, and you have a rocker so you can do it after
I have
the roll.
0 luck. I've
give her
spent
one.
it all.
Riff will chip in. So yeah, you managed to kind of like reach in. It's like a guitar riff like plays in the background. You don't even know where it's from. You reach in and just grab the dead man switch without kind of causing it to activate. You are now holding the switch, which means this hand is not doing anything. If this hand does anything, get blown off, whatever, boom.
Yeah.
Okay. And it doesn't blow up you, it blows up him. Like he's still got the best. He's still the asshole, okay? Just want to make sure that's clear. I'll go ahead and remove the war suits, and it is effectively deactivated. It'll go to them. These two up top are going to see you, Rem, and they're going to kind of like look at you for a second as they kind of try to track Redtail. And this one goes, "No, don't!" He like turns and looks at his friend. Don't, because they don't want to shoot at the pipes. And so this one will kind of look down and see Siege and just kind of unload down at him. And then this guy looks over in that direction, looks at the situation, and fails his willpower roll and will just fucking run. He is escaping. Okay. Shooting at you. I would say that him moving across the top there is loud enough that you hear it coming. Oh no, you're in armor. You can't do evasion rolls for pew pews, only explosives.
Oh, I thought you said I could do, because my base.
No, yeah,
reflex.
I did. I checked it. Sorry, my initial thought is the thing I just said, and it was wrong. Yes, you can make an evasion roll. Go ahead. Sorry. I just went through the cycle of learning that I had prior. Regardless, I do hit you.
Oh, shit.
So it's auto fire. It looks like I got a 2 times multiplier on an 8. Or sorry, 3 times multiplier. 3 times multiplier on an 8. So it'll be 24 damage. Your armor will block 14, right? So then 10 will get through.
Yeah, I'll take 10.
And no, I didn't roll doubles, so you're good on crits or anything.
My armor will bleed by 1.
Yep. Redtail, as you kind of peek around the corner, you can see, like, up on the south of here, there's just a bunch of pipes and, like, craggy rocks that kind of go upwards. You can see this guy kind of making his way up that way. Like, he's definitely retreating. And then you can see this one shooting, like, this, like, just leaning his gun over the rail, shooting down. How would you like to proceed?
I would like. How tall is this thing?
So this first side is probably about 15 foot high, and then this next part is about 10 foot above that. So about 25 feet. In guards terminology, it's going to take you, if you climb it, 4 squares of movement. It'll take
How high
you.
can I jump with my jump boosters?
Oh, so jump boosters.
Not a very good descriptor. Just said you can jump higher, and it doesn't cost you a movement penalty.
Uh-huh. It has the official, like, wording. Booster. I hate that it's boosters everywhere but the place where it actually matters. And then if you just type booster, you get booster gang. And the search metric is stupid. Okay, let's try this. Jump, booster, no S. Give me what I want. Okay, so no movement penalty when jumping whatsoever. So if you were to jump, you have 6 spaces of movement.
Yeah.
And it's less than 6 spaces high. You could jump here.
Hell yeah. Jump is an action, though, isn't it? Part of the movement.
Jumping is part of movement.
Okay.
So,
damn, I'm really close.
Siege,
I guess I'll pull out my pistol.
I would say that you see it, and then everyone else probably sees like a bright red thing kind of appear above, like, all of the borders. So, Rev, you definitely see it. The fox leaps, jumps onto the railing of the stairs, and then lands on the other side of the railing at the top of this building. And then you draw your pistol and shoot it. Let's see it.
I'm trying to minimize my damage. Let's see. Where's my damn pistol at? There it goes.
Okay, so that'll hit, and if it's just a straight body shot to the back, it will hit. This is the first time he has been hit, so it kind of hits the Kevlar. It doesn't look like it really penetrated, but definitely hit with enough punch to do at least 1 point of damage, and it looks like it damaged the Kevlar on his back of it. He kind of turns around and looks at you like angrily. And when he comes around,
They give him a little nod, like "Get out of here."
when he comes around, what you'll notice is that this guy has an Ajax, just like all the other ones do. His on the underside, though, he has an underslung shotgun, also known as a master key. So basically, he has a shotgun point blank range with you. Mistakes may have been made. Riff.
Nah, he'll be fine.
I want to shoot the guy next to him.
Okay.
And I'm close enough. I'd like to try for a headshot.
Go for it.
Hell yeah.
-8, so that'll put you down to
10.
10. And so you need 4 points of luck to be able to get through. So for you need 2 points of luck to get through.
Yeah.
I've got 0.
Defending it?
I only have one. I used my other one.
So then we need 2 points of luck from the riffraff.
I'll return the favor. He gave me one before, so
One
down
more?
to 1 after this.
I wish I could.
Redtail? You're the only one who can.
Sure,
Okay.
you can have one. Sure.
Boom, headshot. 15. He's not wearing much of a helmet. Doubled 30. His head explodes all over the floor, getting your pants kind of sopped with, brain matter, flecks of bone, etc. The guy up at the top looks at you like, oh, oh. And he looks like he's going to continue up the hill and try to escape.
Okay, yeah, I run a little bit up after him.
Oh, shit. Never mind.
Get over here.
Siege. You see
Hey,
that
you want my autograph?
Hey, welcome back.
You see that Rem has the guy up on the barrel, has taken control of the situation there. You would also see a kind of flash of movement as this guy tries to sneak away. He's not off the map, he's right where he is, but he looks like he's trying to stay in the shadows. After getting clipped by Redtail, he's trying to just walk it off like, fuck this, I'm okay with leaving now. And then there's the asshole who shot at you from up above.
Alrighty. Well, we already know this. So we already established that guy doesn't want to shoot towards the tanks.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going to Siege is going to double move. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm assuming 8 squares of movement would be enough to get me up here.
You bet.
But that would be my whole turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then that is what I will do. My next goal is either going to be to kill this guy or to secure the C6.
Oh, yeah. So she's got the kill switch in her hand. Rem has the dead switch. So the C6's activator it's in your control. Well, your team's control.
But basically, I want to get the C6 away from the explosive shit so that if she does lose control of the dead man switch, it doesn't cause as big of a boom.
Gotcha. Ares, you're up.
Alright, looks like things are kind of pretty much under control. So, is there... I know we have a holo call going, so in Cyberpunk, is there a way for me to communicate with the enemy, or is it just you have to talk out loud and hope they listen to you?
Netrunners are the only way you can establish yourself in a holo call. If you're fighting somebody whose phone number you have, then you're fine, but you don't have their details.
Alright, I'm just gonna say out loud or yell out to this Netrunner. Hey, game's over, you dirt munching deckhead. The only way you walk out of this alive is you
Fuck
put
you,
your
Corpo!
hands on
Game's
your
over
head.
when I say it is!
Guys, I want to know where the fuck he got military grade.
Like, that's what I say it is.
He just yells over you. He's just yelling back
All
at
right.
you. And
Privately in the holo call, I'm just gonna be like, I need to know where he got this, where he got his deck, essentially, that he can hack a military grade
Rem,
fucking mech.
when he yells back in reply and you're kind of in the goo with him, you would have had to kind of remove the goo to get the thing. So you've effectively freed yourself of the goo and freed him of the goo to kind of act, right? But when he's yelling, what you see is his eyes turn bright red, which means he is flaring up the cyber deck, getting ready to start hacking people.
He's gonna hack his friend up here.
I'm gonna hack Siege, and I'm just gonna fucking have him auto-fire the tank.
That's it.
Fuck the dumb shit. Handle your business. Chad is yelling. You can't hear him.
Kill him now, or you die.
Yeah, Rem. This is. You're basically.
So since I have one hand on the dead man.
Yep.
Do I still have 2 melee attacks?
Yeah, rate of fire still 2. Yep.
Okay, so still 2.
Yeah,
I can still like bitch slap him.
Well, if you want, because again, you took judo, so I just want to make sure that like those options are like kind of put into play. Judo has
you can break his concentration.
Judo has counter throw, but it also has no, that's it. The
grab escape and counter throw are the only 2.
Yeah, so you could definitely go for a ripper attacks on him. I would say that if you're doing so, you probably want to go for the throat, so to speak.
Yeah.
So headshots.
That's what she does.
Okay.
So yeah, 2 throat head attacks, whatever we're calling it.
Go for it. I will dodge the first one. I will not dodge the second one. He has subdermal armor, which will be halved for the purpose of this.
I'm sorry, can he dodge if he's completely restrained?
He's not.
I thought he was in the goop.
She had to have removed him from it to get it. Because the way I described it is his hand was being held because of it.
Yeah.
So she would have to have ripped it out, grabbed it. So she basically, her attack on him...
He's not like covered in goo.
Yeah.
It was like...
Her attack to remove...
hand.
Like her attack to get the thing caused the goop to kind of not be a problem anymore.
Yeah.
It was that, or he could have just for free action let go of the dead man switch. So I think narratively we're all okay, right? We're okay with where we're at? Okay.
Yeah.
Not being blown up.
That's right. So you kind of reach down, keeping the dead man switch away with your claw and swipe at him at first. He kind of ducks back and kind of moves away from like the falling away goo, and then you swipe at his throat and kind of get a nice catch and cut. It doesn't look like it kills him though.
Right.
It'll be -4 to the damage, so 7. Okay.
Still pretty good.
It goes to his turn. He kind of like moves forward as if he's going to shoulder check you, but you realize a feint for a feint. And when he does that, he kind of turns and looks up, his mouth kind of bleeding, and his red eyes kind of peer into your soul, Siege. You see a red line appear, and then you see an XXX, which is the marker for your pass wall. You see a second XXX for your second pass wall being breached, and then you see a third XXX as your third pass wall is breached. That is where his turn ends because he only gets 4 Netrunner actions. Jack in, breach, breach, breach. So he has broken your defenses. If he gets another turn, you're his.
He won't.
Redtail, your guy is going to turn on you and pull the shotgun. Do you have reflexes of 8 or higher? Or a reflex co-processor?
Yeah, I have a co-processor.
Go ahead and make an evasion roll.
Please. My evasion roll. Where is evasion?
Fighting. A real doctor. Right there.
I don't use that shit. I don't fucking fight usually.
Okay, success. So, actually, let me double check. Yes, it's the DV is equal to the attack roll. Okay, cool. So he got a 13, you got a 15, you win. He pulls the shotgun, pulls it up, and kind of like holds the gun a little bit differently and pulls the trigger. A big old spray of like buckshot comes flying at you. You can go ahead and drop down, or you'll have to move like let me draw the square, and then you just move outside of it. It's easier this way. That is the square he's targeting. You need to be outside of that square. You can move anywhere you want, as long as it's outside of that square.
Jump backwards.
Okay. You'll also note that as the buckshot kind of hits, it seems to kind of like have like a orange tinge to it as it comes out, so it's very visible. And when it hits against everywhere, you can see it kind of burning. Yeah, it is incendiary. he looks at you annoyed with the shotgun shot, and he'll kind of rush forward with the rifle as if he's going to hit you with it. He doesn't get to this turn, but that's what he's doing. Riff, you're up. Bang. Oh, your guy. He's got to do something. He's pleading, please don't kill me, please. This guy escapes. This guy's out of here. And then this guy will also escape. Okay, go ahead, Rip.
Okay.
He's pleading with you on his knees.
Oh, hold on. You skipped my turn. You skipped my turn this time.
Did I do it? Oh,
Yeah, you did.
I did everybody but Brent.
I see what is happening.
Oh, we know who your favorite is now.
You just hit next turn.
Go ahead. Go ahead,
I'm going to
Mateo.
leap back from him again when he runs at me. I'm going to back up a couple steps.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to use my jump and try to bite him in the throat.
Okay. You kind of leap back and then leap forward. Ah! Or are you jumping away after the bite?
I'm jumping back and jumping at him.
Okay, got it. Go ahead and make your combat draw attack, and I'll make my evasion roll. I got a 9.
Miss. Please, I need a 20.
Where's your combat draw attack?
I need a crit. I'm coming. It's way down the list over here. There it is.
Okay. So you got an 8. I told you I got a 9, so that combat draw attack will miss, unless you're spending luck. You need 2 points of luck to make it happen.
I'll spend 2 luck.
Okay, so that'll hit. You bite him in the neck. Well, you bite him on the chest. Unless you were going for the head, then don't spend luck.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, don't spend luck.
We'll say that you said neck is kind of like the chest area. Fucking body shots.
Okay.
It's fine. He will die with that attack. It will cost you the 2 luck, as stated. Is everyone depleted of luck, by the way?
I got 1 more, I think.
I have 1.
Okay. 1 on those 2. Riff, you are up. Brent being my favorite, I will not skip his turn. He's a wholesome boy. Bang? Or are you sparing him? He is a scav, by the way. I don't know if that
Oh,
changes.
he's not a... Okay, I thought he was a maelstrom.
Maelstrom scavenger, yeah. He is definitely, from what you were told, these are all scavengers. Maelstrom gang has kind of separate factions. Scavengers are the one who kind of go out, find people, and turn them into parts.
Yeah, I'll just shoot him in the head then.
Okay, we don't need any roll. Just clean. Perfect. You can head back down the hill if you want. Siege, you are up next. And like I said, your neuroprocessor is currently compromised.
Suppressive fire forces them to use their action to seek cover.
Yeah, but if you use that here, you'd also be targeting her. There's no way you can't. So she'd be suppressed as well. Your gun is going to be very bad up here too, because if you roll a suppressive fire, I'm going to have you roll a d10. And if you roll anything less than, or anything greater than a 2 or a 1, it's hitting the tank.
Okay, so my best options are either to get as far away as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if I break line of sight, will that interrupt his ability to hack me?
No. He's already jacked into you. So as long as you're within 50 meters of him at this point, he's locked in.
Okay, so my best bet is to get as far away as possible or to toss my weapons. But I have 3 weapons, and I can probably only have max.
You can toss the defender as a free, and then you can just start beating the shit out of him.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. I'll just toss the defender over the side and 2 brawling attacks.
Go for it. He's going to evade. My evasion rolls are rolled. I've got an 11 and I've got a 9. Great, wonderful, not great. Actually, I'm mad. Okay, so the first one will hit, and the second one will hit. Go ahead and roll 46 twice. This will be body shots, so his armor will matter, but it's not terribly great. Okay, so that'll be minus...
God damn.
And then that'll be minus...
Riff got hands.
Right.
Okay, so you kind of like throw the defender to the side, bring your fist in, loud crack, and then bring your fist in again, loud crack. Rem, you're kind of seeing him fight in his form. It's pretty like bar brawler. It's nothing special, but he's definitely landing some solid punches. Like he seems to have good precision.
He's got the strength behind it.
Despite that, the only response that you get from the Netrunner is after kind of like taking the blows to the side of the head and kind of turning like, to you a little bit and also keeping his eye on Siege. He cracks a smile
real
And
quick.
spits out teeth. Go ahead.
Both of those rolls would have been 20s, and it would have been +1 damage on each of those.
+1 damage. Okay. That still keeps him in the threshold, and it's not a chatting. You're close, but you're not that close. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think Rem might be able to mop him up.
We're hopeful. If not, it'll be funny. Ares.
Maybe
He
back.
shocks his gun and he says, "Hands." Then
I will break him. Go ahead, Ares. What are you doing on your turn?
Tells Ares like,
I don't have anything else to do except try to get this guy. Last chance, dirtbag. Put your hands on your head, or my man takes it off.
Ares says that Rem. Kind of the situation is here, and it's extremely problematic, and you would be a creature of impulse and a creature of like split second because of your editing and your focus. You know that if this guy gets a second to finish whatever he was doing to Siege, and if he's close, that could spell bad news bears for the whole crew, because you'd have to get through him to get to Siege, wrestle Siege, who you just saw be a pretty competent melee combatant, and hope that he doesn't pull one of the grenades that are kind of attached to him, or just shoot that cowboy down right into the floor.
Mm-hmm.
This guy has to go, even though Ares sounds like he wants to keep him.
Oh, I know.
Would you
She'll
like-
say, "Sorry, boss."
Okay?
Got a 22 and 17 on repairs.
I'm going to fail both of those evasion rolls. That is going to be body shots. So
Yeah.
we're looking at... Hold on. Math and me are the best. Okay, he's at negative 30 hit points right now. He has a -2 to his roll, which is why he's rolling like shit. You gotten his armor down to a 4. Having his armor means it's a 2 for the first attack, which means he takes 5 damage. He's dead on the first go. Flourish, do you wish to do anything with the second attack to make it cool?
Yeah, she's ripping his heart out.
Okay, so the first attack is like just like a grab to like the chin and just rake down. You kind of pull like the flesh away from his jaw and like tear across his chest, and then as you kind of pull the Kevlar away,
Yeah.
pulling it out, you can see it's like attached to neuroprocessor cords and biomon attachments, but it comes out clean. And she just holds it there for a second, kind of looking at it. Siege, you're kind of like, oh. Right on. That works. And as it like takes its last pulse in your hand, you very much kind of focusing in on that moment, even though like the scene's still going on around you for the VOD.
You gotta get the video.
Oh yeah.
for the gram, so to speak. It falls away in your hand. You just toss it on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like she's like focused in until it takes the last beat, and then just like drops it.
Aftermath, we'll go ahead and start with the boss man. The situation is cleared. You get the heads up from Sebro that it looks like it's clear. He says 2 look like they got away. He's already notified Jumbo, and he sent scouts to deal with it. So you would hear kind of the rip roar of like a red Yaiba Kusanagi as Morrigan goes to murder one of those people, and presumably Duke will get the other one.
In the aftermath, I would like to basically like get the C6, get it far away from the explosive stuff, and Siege is trained in demolition, so then I would like to disable the kill switch.
Okay. Go ahead and make a demo roll. You're by yourself. You're far away. You're wearing your armor. We're like in bomb demolition team mode.
Was this the Hurt Locker?
We're in the Hurt Locker mode. Go ahead and make a demo roll. The DV to disarm the kill switch on this without activating it is going to be a DV 13. Or you can just leave it the fuck out here and let it explode. And just be done with it. There is a risk that
we can get like the C6 to like a safe distance.
Yeah. We're out in the middle of a fucking junkyard. You can find a shipping container that you can toss it in, kick that down a hill, and then just have Rem let go.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. If you want to keep the C6, you gotta roll.
No, that's
not worth it.
Yeah, I trust my rolls today.
What are you gonna do with C6? Just keep it on you so you can explode all your friends? Fuck you, Chody. Okay. Well, thank you for suggesting it. Moving back to the crew, then that happens. Rem, you basically work with him in that instance to kind of get that to work because you're the one still holding the kill switch. Redtail, is there anything you want to do in the aftermath?
Can I like hook up my biomonitor to these corpses and see what kind of cyberware they have?
Sure, absolutely. So the Maelstrom guys have subdermal armor and they have multi-optic arrays, neuroports, and it looks like each one of them is installed with a rudimentary Sandevistan, like the shitty one. The Netrunner, if you check him, has an internal cyber deck. It looks like it has some programs on it, but you're not a Netrunner, so you don't care for that. It doesn't look like it's an upmarket one. It looks like it's pretty bog standard, so you're kind of whatever.
So he was just a really good net runner.
He was very good. Yes.
Well, like his hardware wasn't great. He was just very good.
Yes. He had an interface of 8 or 7, which is why he was able to take 4 actions instead of just the bog or the regular 3. If he had an 8, he would have been able to take 5, and then he would have hacked your ass. But he's not that good.
Well, that helps my paranoia that he was using like some crazy tech.
So I'm
He
gonna
was just good at his
I'm gonna
job.
make sure I tell him that. Like he's got basic shit.
It's pretty bog standard cyber deck and gear. But it does look like it's been kind of customized for his specific tailorings, for sure. It doesn't look like that's going to increase its worth or anything. It just looks like it was an artist, with crayons, effectively. The weaponry, every single one of them was armed with an Ajax, which is an assault rifle, pretty standard assault rifle. The one that you killed, Redtail, had a underbarrel shotgun. And the spotter, which would have been the one that was with the sniper, had a grenade launcher underneath his. We didn't really get to it because he was using it as a club, and I don't think Rem would have cared. I just don't think. She's like, I'm murdering you two.
She'd be like, he got to fire the grenade point blank.
No, thanks for the club.
Whack, whack, whack. And the sniper had a sniper rifle. Nothing special.
You did mention that they were basically like using this facility as some sort of like cyberware gathering operation.
Correct. So you would see that near the pit and kind of close to where the guy was, there is a box that is about a quarter of the way full with cyber arms and cyber legs. They're all very old style. However, there is one that would stand out. And again, it's up to you whether or not you want to fuck with it. It is a Neo-Soviet cyber arm.
Oh, okay.
The Neo-Soviet cyber arm is a regular standard cyber arm. However, it comes pre-installed with a standard hand. It doesn't cost any humanity loss, or the hand doesn't take up anything. If you do not have a body of 8 or higher when using the Neo-Soviet cyber arm, you take a -1 penalty to all rolls. All options installed in the arm are always visible to the naked eye when uncovered due to its ineffective and bulging design. This includes weapon options that would be considered concealed in other cyber arms. It cannot be covered with real skin. It is a clunky-looking robot arm.
Deep jump.
Yep.
There's 2 things Ares needs to do like immediately after. Well, 3 actually. The first one is light up another cigarette.
Yes. Very important. Probably most important.
The second thing is I have to talk to Rem. I'm gonna ask her when we show the performance footage of the mech to Jumbo. I need you to edit out the part where it gets hacked. You can leave in his man getting his grenade being hacked because that's our out for how he died. But I don't need him seeing that.
The mech, do we want to try and pry it open and get
Well,
him out of
the third thing is to open the mech, get as much gore out as we can, and then unfortunately my girl here's gonna need to pilot it back.
Yeah,
Jumbo.
so what you will notice is that the interior, it looks like the control devices and the like were not completely obliterated by the detonation. It looks as though an anti-personnel grenade was detonated in here. For those who aren't familiar with the term, there are 3 different types of anti-personnel. This one appears to be the type that fires out a shit ton of razor blades and flechettes through and out. So it looks like there's like a bunch of pins. It almost looks like you opened an Iron Maiden with the remnants of a person ripped to shreds inside. And yeah, you're able to, I believe Ares said it, or Steve rather said it precisely, scoop him out and kind of deposit Zamboni's remains. It almost looks like, once it all cuts out, like he was run over by a Zamboni. Like just obliterated, poor bastard. But yeah, he is very not alive, and there's nothing on his person that is salvageable. It all has like little blades and shit in it.
Yeah, no, I'm not sentimental enough to try to bring
I'll
back
put
his
his remains in a
remains.
body bag for him.
Yeah, you put him in a Safeway bag, and you like,
Safeway bag.
I don't know if you have
Like, what, a
Safeway.
shopping bag? I saw Scoop. Scoop. All right, that's all you got. Here you go.
Put him in the old Kroger bag and like take him on up. Plenty of plastic bags floating around in this neck of the woods. But yeah, she will, once it's cleaned out, not really disparaging over like a bit or trickle of blood, she'll hop in and she'll pilot it back where you need to go. You're going to be trying to do an edit on the fly without like a full editing station. So go ahead and give me a photo film on that. I've got the DV. It's going to be 13 for you to be able to pull that off and make it look as though it didn't happen.
While she's doing that, can I look through all the pockets of all the people here and see if they got any money on them?
Oh no.
So that is actually such a sufficiently bad roll that you actually burn the whole file. Every bit of recording of the event delays. Ares, I would like for you to make a bureaucracy roll. I know, a bureaucracy roll, guys. It's finally happened. It's fine.
Is that?
It's under education.
Education, yeah.
All that cool footage gone.
Did you even put anything under it?
Did you hit record? Oh no!
I will give you no
The
hints.
things that we're supposed to be good at are just like...
I will give you no hints. You can go ahead and solve this problem yourself. But yeah, the footage is deleted. You have no proof one way or the other regarding the commando being hacked.
Well, I will say is that after the battle, Siege would have discreetly sent his micro video to Ares.
Okay. Yeah, it definitely has the footage of it being hacked, so it's probably not something you'll want to share with Jumbo.
Just make a copy and send it back to her to edit.
It's
Sure,
I
it'll
got
be
something
great
not as
this
cool
time.
as yours, but here.
honestly, if you want to edit footage, you probably need an editing bay. It's not so great out here on the fly without like an editing station.
I know. I just wanted to be cheeky.
Fair.
Is there like a for
Okay,
not
we're
this
gonna get you a little
this time
van, put one in
obviously,
there for
but
you.
like future, is there an option for like a travel editing station?
So yeah, you can get a wreath that has editing capabilities, but you don't have. I presume you don't have a brain dance wreath on you, right? You don't have a brain dance
Right.
viewer that you're running around with. You're
No,
video.
she probably like my thing is usually like she'll go to the dance place
Yeah,
to edit
Get a booth.
and everything, and
And then
then
view.
hand over and everything.
yeah. So the main thing is if you have a wreath with editing capabilities, you can do it on the fly. But the problem is the reason why you wouldn't want to have a wreath out in the open is if you watch a brain dance back and it's raw, it's a raw virtue. You're getting full feedback. So instead of
Yeah.
like a situation where they have inhibitors, which will be able to be like, oh, this lady got her leg cut off and would have gone into shock without it being edited, any little thing could be like too much for the wearer of the wreath, the watcher of the BD, and they may not be able to take it like you are. Like their heart rate being increased. For you, it's like, yeah. For someone who's not got a good heart, it could be like, well, I just watched a video and I died then. So yeah, raw virtues, bad news bears. That said, she is willing to pilot the commando back up, and you folks can come up with your story as to what you're going to tell, but it does look like it was fine, other than the bag filled with Zamboni.
I mean, do we just say that the Netrunner destroyed the footage? Apparently he was good enough.
I will
to
let you know
hack the
that's
Mac.
what the bureaucracy roll was for. Blame it on someone else.
Yeah.
I mean, for a bureaucracy role, that is definitely what a middle manager would do.
Yeah.
Blame-
Was he?
You came up with it on your own. I just figured that it was a good time for a bureaucracy roll to happen. So you passed the
he
buck. Chad, you're frozen?
Your robot.
What happened? What'd you say?
Was he anticipating footage?
No, he wasn't. He didn't ask for it.
Okay.
But it's easier to show him like what
Yeah.
happened.
You just said you're gonna have your
We're just gonna
pilot.
tell him his guy got hacked.
Your
Your
pilot
guy needs
died.
some fucking self-eyes.
No one else did.
That's awful.
Yeah.
I mean, it was Jumbo was the one who told us they had a good Netrunner. So this, maybe the truth is the right answer. We just told him that the Netrunner hacked the guy's grenade, and bada bing, bada boom. That's what happens.
Literally, bada boom. Okay, so if you make your way
Yeah.
back
Why
up the
are your
hill,
pilots bringing grenades with them?
Yeah, why are you bringing grenades inside of
because
a
he's a
mech?
Wasn't
scout.
it
He didn't
installed?
change his fit.
Oh, okay.
Scouts always
It
have
wasn't like
grenades.
installed in the suit, right?
No.
I will say though, if no one else wants them, I will take all of the assault rifles.
Okay.
I will take one of them. I don't want one with an attachment. I just want a normal one.
Normal Ajax for you, and then you're taking. It'll be. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 assault rifles. So you have one with no attachment, and then Redtail, you'd have one with no attachment, one with a shotgun attachment, and one with a grenade launcher attachment. Anybody else want in on these guns?
I do have a
I'll take
question
the
about
sniper.
Some guns.
Sniper? Okay, yours. Go ahead.
speed heals. Those like my internal speed heal. I can use that once a day.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what speed heal does?
Can you decide to use it, or is it automatic when you get threshold hit?
I think it's automatic when your threshold hits for the trauma team pump. Is it trauma team pump?
No, it's as an action.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is one from Black Chrome, right?
Yeah, trauma team blood pump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I figure I'll just go ahead and use that to heal back to full.
Oh, Elizabeth, did you take any damage? Did you dodge everything?
Okay.
I dodged it all.
She's a badass.
Indeed. So you circle back
What am
around.
I here for?
You circle back around, and the nomads have
Actually-
unloaded the back of the truck. It is completely clear. And you tell them if they want, they can. Well, you would have told them to clear it while you were like doing your part. You come back up. Jumbo will meet with you again. So how'd it go?
One less gang of scabs for you to deal with, Mr. Anderson.
Good. Did you catch the name of the Netrunner?
No, he had about enough C6 strapped to him to blow up half of Boxville, so didn't quite catch his name.
There's an asshole working for the scabs. Well, there's an asshole who's kind of the leader of the scabs, at least from what we can tell. His name's Alpha. Really looking for that guy. But that's fine. Kind of hoping that was him.
Would I have got anything if I scanned his scan him for cyberware?
I believe his heart was ripped out. So yeah, I think the biomon was probably like feedback surged at that point. Yeah.
Zowie. It was really cool though.
If you want to go ahead and
Very
make
cool.
you did want to take some of the cyberware though, right, Redtail?
Yeah, those are like a rip out.
Did you already get the list I gave you?
Did you give me one?
I named things off.
You
so it's going to be a total
Sandies, they all had the cyber optic.
five multi-optic sets, and then 5 Sandevistan base Sandies. The neuroprocessor or the neuroport's useless, but I'm going to need a total of 2 surgery rolls because you're cutting them out. Once you do one, you can do them all though. You're kind of like assembly lining the shit.
Okay,
Hell yeah.
also, for continuity error, Siege, I'm gonna need to see your fucking hand that you punched that guy with, because you probably broke your fingers again.
I would say that he didn't break his fingers, but there's definitely like a dull pain after it. Like you kind of like, the fingers were broken and were repaired by Redtail last night, and you just basically uh,
20 and 17.
Redtail, that 17 is going to be a failure unless you want to spend 1 point.
I'm not gonna spend a point on it.
Okay, so then you will lose the Sandies. You will gain the multi-optic eye units.
Boo!
The multi-optic eye units are worth more. That's why I put them
Hell
up
yeah.
first.
There was, what else was it? It was
The Sand
one
Devastins.
regular machine gun, 5 or 3 with attachments.
No, it's one regular machine gun, one with a shotgun, one with a grenade launcher, and then 5 multi-optic multi-optic mount units, which allow the user to install an additional 5 cyber eyes into their face. They're worth 1,000 eddies apiece. Okay, you get back up. Jumbo sees you. Asked if anything or how it went. Ares, go ahead. Sorry for cutting you off that time, but go ahead. What do you say in response?
When the mecha kind of lands, I assume it's going to land in this area, and then when Victor pops out of it, I will kind of probably covered in a bit of gore. I'll be like, "Your man, unfortunately, didn't make it. That deckhead you mentioned packed one of his anti-personnel grenades. If I knew he had them on him, I would not have recommended he take them inside the pilot chamber."
He kind of hoping your thing would have protected him, but I guess they put badass soldier gear and badass soldiers who pilot these things. That makes sense. Well, since this netrunner's dealt with, I can get somebody else to pilot this. It'll still be useful. Make a persuasion roll. Ares. He kind of nods his head. You've been more than courteous. And, yeah, our guy died, but we've lost a bunch of people to this netrunner over the last couple of weeks. It's fine. This will definitely...
Makes you, gives you any comfort. Before he perished, even as an amateur, your man performed very well. If anything, take it as a sign that you are about to become the owner of some very, very powerful hardware.
Appreciate that. I'll let his next of kin know he died a hero.
Curious, Mr. Anderson, you've been so receptive towards my gifts, but are you not curious what I would want in return?
You want us to stop dealing with Kangtao. You want access to what's below. You want all of that shit. I figured someone like you was going to come around after that blonde-haired lady passed up on the offers. Me and a fixer I deal with, named Hungry, we've been working together for a while here. Unfortunately, due to his failure at dealing with that Rhea site below, he's kind of pulled away from us a little bit. He still sends some help, but he's been kind of keeping to himself of late. It sounds like he's doing some jobs on his own now, making his name mean something
Fixers.
again.
Middlemen who just split eddies and then split off when things are trouble. You're an intelligent man, Mr. Anderson, and I think you like to deal with the man in charge. And now guess what? You are dealing with the man in charge. And I'll extend a hand.
He'll grin and take your hand, and he'll say, normally I'd agree with you. I accept your offer, and I'm going to take your help, but I don't think Hungry's as bad as other fixers I've fucked around with. I've been all over. We've driven around. We were out near New York at one point about half a decade ago. So we've seen our fair share of dickheads in the world. You seem like an honest enough fellow. A little weird with your words, but that ain't so bad. Most folks talk weird slang out here in Night City anywho. But Hungry's not so bad. Are you asking me to stop contact with him? Or is it okay if I maintain my business arrangements with him?
As long as you hold up our arrangement, your other machinations are your own. And if you are recommending this gentleman, perhaps I'll need to pay him a visit sometime.
I'll ask him if it's okay if I slip his details over your way. And in the meantime, he offers a flick, so you can see that on your neuroport on Hollow, he's offering his phone number, contact information. You can add him to your decks. And I think that's about it, folks. Does anybody have anything they want to end on? Like any kind of points that you want to deal with towards the end of the sesh? Or
No, I'm just disappointed that I lost the footage because I was going to label it "Rip Your Heart Out."
in all honesty, the DP was 15. You failed by 10. I had to burn that tag.
Oh, no. It was a complete failure. I am very aware of that.
Okay.
It was just...
I'm just playing.
I can still be mad at the dice, John.
Fair. Sometimes, as the world, I do feel it's like my fault. But no, yeah, you're right. It is the dice.
Not.
Fuck those assholes.
So,
It's the dice.
if Siege
The dice
was
have
right
failed.
next to you when you did that,
SSD so she can back up her saves.
if Siege's micro video picked it up, I can get like a Militech editor. He can cut you out that part to show the badassness, but there'll probably be a Militech watermark on it.
Yeah, but that's going to be
No.
video footage. She's talking about brain dance recording.
Brain dance.
Oh,
Like,
I see.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
could have
Good
had
stuff.
the
Ripping his heart
feeling
out.
of, like, ripping into someone's chest, ripping their heart, like, feeling yourself rip their heart out and have it die in your hand. That's what she was wanting.
That was the
Yeah, that's
money.
the high level stuff.
Yeah, that
It
was...
was a money shot. It was gone.
Yeah,
The
it's gone.
XPDs. Okay.
How much
Well,
money could you have made?
that's what we're ending the pickup game for today then. Thanks for watching, those that did, and I will award IP and coin after. And we'll see you next time we do a pickup, or rather, we'll see you tomorrow if you're interested in seeing the ongoing campaign story Run the Block starting at 7 p.m. Same place. See you then.